You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio, WZYE 95.9 FM.
Made a fortune. It's probably not too late.
It's probably not too late.
Oh, but I don't worry about that much, 'cause I'm happy anyhow. As I go along life's journey, I'm reaping better than I've sown. I'm drinking from my saucer, 'cause my cup has overflowed. Ain't got a lot of riches. Sometimes the going is rough.
Going gets rough.
But I've got a friend in Jesus, and that makes me rich enough. I thank God for all His blessings on me and the mercies He's bestowed. I'm drinking from my saucer, 'cause my cup has overflowed. You know, right now, you may be going through some rough times in your life, but I'm here to encourage you today not to give up. I pronounce a blessing upon your life, upon your family. You must prosper and be in good health in the name of Jesus. I believe it on my heart. So Lord, help me not to grumble and complain of the tough roads I have owned. I'm drinking from my saucer, 'cause my cup has overflowed. And if I should go on living, should the way get steep and rough, I thank you, Lord. May I ask for no other blessing, Jesus. Glory. 'Cause I'm already blessed enough. May I never be too busy. I won't be too busy to help a brother very slow. I'm drinking from my saucer, like drinking, 'cause my cup has overflowed. Yes, I'll keep drinking from my saucer, Lord. Keep drinking from my saucer, Lord, 'cause my cup has overflowed. My cup has overflowed. Keep me as the
It's so hard to deal with personal struggle. So sad when you feel alone in your trouble. It's real hard when you want to talk to a brother. It's so bad because of how some look at you after. So Jesus, come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Jesus, come and be. Come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Jesus, come and be. Cover my head. Satan want me dead. Cover my back from human attack. So Jesus, come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Jesus, come and be while you fix it. Jesus, come and be. People see you smile, but don't know the hurt that you're feeling. Even as God's child, at times your heart does be bleeding. Where can you go when you're really looking for healing? Who know how to flow when your soul needs some restoring? So Jesus, come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Jesus, come and be. Come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Jesus, come and be. Cover me home from evils unknown. Cover my feet so I'll never retreat. Oh Lord, come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Jesus, come and be. Cover my brother, cover my sister, them who under pressure. Cover the preacher, every church worker, the young believer. Cover the worship leader and intercessor, every gospel minister. Cover. Jesus alone is the one who has the real answer. The one on the throne is the true and loving Father. He will hold your hand and keep you from going under. He will make you stand and let you know he's a fixer. Come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Jesus, come and be while you fix it. Jesus, come and be. Come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Jesus, come and be. Cover my mind. You know the struggle sometimes. Cover my mouth, that the wrong thing wouldn't come out. Oh Lord, cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover the Christian in the midst of aggression with the power of your right hand. Jesus, cover them helpless children. Jesus, defend them. Send help from heaven. Jesus, cover all them radio stations that blessing the nation. Grant divine protection. Jesus, cover me.
Truer words were never spoken. The less you associate with some people, the more your life will improve. Anytime you tolerate mediocrity in others, it increases your mediocrity. An important attribute in successful people is their impatience with negative thinking and negative acting people. As you grow, your associates will change. Some of your friends will not want you to go on. They will want you to stay where they are. Friends that don't help you climb will want you to crawl. Your friends will stretch your vision or choke your dream. Those that don't increase you will eventually decrease you. Consider this. Never receive counsel from unproductive people. Never discuss your problems with someone incapable of contributing to the solution, because those who never succeed themselves are always first to tell you how. Not everyone has a right to speak into your life.
You are certain to get the worst of the bargain when you exchange ideas with the wrong person. Don't follow anyone who's not going anywhere. With some people you spend an evening. With others, you invest it. Be careful where you stop to inquire for directions along the road of life. Wise is the person who fortifies his life with the right friendships. If you run with wolves, you will learn how to howl. But if you associate with eagles, you will learn how to soar to great heights. A mirror reflects a man's face, but what he is really like is shown by the kind of friends he chooses. The simple but true fact of life is that you become like those with whom you closely associate, for the good and the bad. Note, be not mistaken. This is applicable to family as well as friends. Yes, do love, appreciate, and be thankful for your family, for they will always be your family, no matter what. Just know that they are human first, and though they are family to you, they may be a friend to someone else and will fit somewhere in the criteria above. In prosperity, our friends know us. In adversity, we know our friends. Never make someone a priority when you are only an option for them. If you are going to achieve excellence in big things, you develop the habit in little matters. Excellence is not an exception. It is a prevailing attitude.
Let me say a special hello to all the WZYE 95.9 FM listeners. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, it's in the village with Uncle Tommy, Professor Walsheet, and you on WZYE 95.9 FM. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, we come to you every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. That's every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. Don't forget, folks, as soon as you get in, do your civic duty, your WZYE civic duty, share the live, WZYE 95.9 FM on Facebook. Subscribe. WZYE TV and YouTube. And you can reach us here at 973-868-1444. That's 973-868-1444. And this is how we start the thing.
Welcome to WZYE TV 95.9 FM. We come to you every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. And on Sunday from 1 to 4 p.m. on Let's Talk Politics. Like, share and subscribe to keep up to date with reality affecting your life, and as we always say, we bring the truth, the whole truth and nothing but the truth.
You're tuned to WZYE, the heartbeat of unfiltered truth. We're more than a station, we're a movement, grounded in facts, driven by integrity, committed to progress. We don't chase headlines, we create them. Decoding politics and current affairs to question power, not cozy up to it. From Laventille to Scarborough, whether you're in your living room or your commute, this is where perspectives collide, divides dissolve, and tomorrow's conversations start today. WZYE, we originate, not imitate.
And of course, ladies and gentlemen, we do mean that. We originate, we don't imitate. We bring you the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Take a listen.
Ansam LeBon and Marshall Nesbitt solemnly swear to conduct this radio program in a true, fair, and balanced manner, ensuring that all perspectives are given equal consideration and that the information presented is objective and unbiased. We pledge to provide a platform where diverse voices can be heard, fostering open and constructive dialogue that serves the best interests of our audience and community. Our commitment is to uphold the principles of journalistic integrity and ethical broadcasting throughout the duration of this program. Thank you.
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. We promise that we bring you the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Let me bring in my pal, the young man, the one and only, the man himself, the man from some part of the country. I ain't sure which part, but it's in the country. That's what I was told. It starts with a S, and I think it ends with a B. The young man.
I think so too.
Tommy, welcome.
Good evening, Professor, and how are you doing today?
Tommy, today was a great day, man. Today was a fantabulous, marvelous day, man. Can't complain at all, Tommy, at all. Tommy,
Okay,
boy,
we'll give.
Tommy, history in the making,
Yes,
you know, Tommy.
absolutely.
You. I want to ask this question off the bat before we go to the chat. Did the former Prime Minister ever met with the Secretary of State? I don't remember. I'm asking a question.
I don't remember either. Maybe
I
somebody
don't
in the
remember.
chat will tell us.
Yeah, I don't remember. Tommy, you see that big, humongous meeting, Tommy? Tommy,
Hey,
I
special
listen,
times.
listen, Trinidad and Tobago. Listen, I have said over and over, Prime Minister Kamala Prasad Busesa is the torchbearer of national transformation. Let me repeat that. Did we ever have this kind of positive feedback coming out of the US government under the last government, the last regime, Tommy?
I think not.
Tommy, if you ain't showing a part of you riding on a train to go to Washington, meeting with the secretary, yeah, and telling the people of Trinidad and Tobago, giving them every step. Yeah, every step of the way. And Tommy, there was a release. Anyway, let me go to this quick. Folks. Let me get this off for you. Where do I have this? Let me get it. See if I get this, Tommy. Hold on. Let me get this, Tommy. I want to get this. No, it's not there. Let me get this quick here before we go to the chat. I have it somewhere here, Tommy. Let me see. We have it. Let me see something, man. Oh, here we go. All right. So here we go. So of course, folks, you know that is breaking news, right? So I'll put it up on the screen for you. And this is not from the government of Trinidad and Tobago. This is not from the Fourth Estate in Trinidad and Tobago, the Guardian, the Express. Yeah, Tommy? This is from the U.S. State Department. I'll read it for you all. Secretary Rubio's meeting with Trinidad and Tobago Prime Minister Prasad Busesa, September 30th, 2025. The below is attributable to Principal Deputy Spokesman Tommy Pigott. Secretary Rubio met today with Trinidad and Tobago Prime Minister Kamala Prasad Busesa to discuss the strong U.S. Trinidad and Tobago partnership, particularly on regional security and counter narcotic cooperation. He commended Trinidad and Tobago's steps to counter transnational criminal organizations and curb illicit narcotics and firearms trafficking. The leaders also discussed efforts to restore stability in Haiti, including through support for the UN Security Council resolution authorizing a UN support office for Haiti and gang suppression force. The secretary acknowledged the importance of energy security to Trinidad and Tobago's economic prosperity and regional stability. He outlined U.S. support for the government's Dragon Gas proposal and steps to ensure that it will not provide significant benefits to the Maduro regime. The secretary emphasized that deepening U.S. and Trinidad and Tobago cooperation will be critical to disrupting narco-trafficking networks, strengthening regional security, and safeguarding our region. That is a press release from the U.S. State Department with Trinidad and Tobago name on it, Tommy. Once again, Tommy, let me give the Prime Minister Kamala Persad-Bissessar a round of applause.
When UNC wins, everybody wins. When UNC wins, Trinbago wins. Trinbago wins. Everybody wins. Everybody wins.
Tommy, everybody winning, Tommy.
Yep.
Everybody winning. This is not a win for the people who vote for the UNC. This is a win for everybody in Trinidad and Tobago. Everybody. Everybody. And who did that win come from? Who leading that ship? The torchbearer of national transformation, Kamala Persad-Bissessar. Eh? When the PNM was in power, we have any type of win like that? As a matter of fact, Tommy, we will get into something else here tonight. Only remember WZYE. Yes. And the Phantom and Diana Benskin. Yeah, the what we call she again, Tommy? What's she nickname again? Diana? Whatever she nickname was, I remember. We were the torchbearers when Trinbagonians get locked out of Trinidad and Tobago. All you remember that? Remember that? Eh? All you see they win the case. Senior Counsel Anna and Ron Logan won the
Finally won that case.
Eh?
Finally.
They win the case.
Yep.
And they was calling me all kind of names. Hey, all you don't live here. What are you talking about? The PNM was laying all
Two women won the case.
Eh?
I said the two locked out citizens won their case.
Correct is right. But the PNM was letting go all the cronies and financial investors and financiers through the back door. But regular citizens couldn't come in. Only thing they easy, the evil and wicked. How much time I could tell all of that? The evil and wicked, yeah? The immoral.
That thing we were trying to remember is the storm.
Yes, the storm. The nefarious, diabolical, heinous, devious, unscrupulous, iniquitous, dastardly, conniving, and vindictive. That is all the PNM. Imagine the lock poor people out of the country. But the rich coming in like it's in nothing. And their family and friends. We go get to that too. But I just wanted to put those things on the table. We have more, you know. We have a lot more. But let me go to the chat, Tommy. Well, Tommy, boy, this is the first time, boy. Anthony Ford was in at 7:55 a.m. Anthony moved to the top of the class now. Monica Ramkisoon was just behind him. 7:57 a.m. Monica, sorry. The man messed up Monica two in a row quickly, boy. Monica said, thus is the day that the Lord has made. We will rejoice and be glad in it. Correct is right. Correct is right. Monica said hackers on the move. Said good morning to the host and it disappears. Not nice. What disappear, Monica? Tell me what Monica saying. She was in first?
Then she saying she been hacked.
Who actually sold? Eh?
I don't know.
Maybe
Never knows.
Volsang. It's either Batman, Soul, or Volsang must give she a hack. I feel so. What do you think? I know now. Well, I don't want to call nobody name, eh? I ain't calling no name. Sorry, eh? Uranus, good morning and a fruitful day to Anthony, Monica, and to Warshik and Uncle T, not forgetting the villagers. Yeah, man. Uranus said the blessings of the Lord makes rich and does not add sorrow with it. Correct is right. Uranus says, may he cover our leaders, institutions, and people with his peace. Yeah? Miss Santa Cruz said, good afternoon, Warshik and Uncle Tommy. Miss Santa Cruz, I go play that video. We want to hear from you, you know. We want to hear from you. How to play the video. But with Dominic Domain. Good afternoon to my friends on the village chat. Uranus says, good afternoon, Anna, welcome. Uranus says, Brian, for real, he attempting to blame the UNC government for the financial crisis in the country. S&P stated fiscal and external buffers have eroded gradually over years.
You know, it's funny.
Mr. Intellectual, hold on.
But
go ahead, Tommy.
It's funny, but people seem to be wanting to attribute the restructuring of URP, CPEP, and forestry. They want to associate that with the economy's performance, which is total rubbish.
I don't understand.
Mr. Intellectual, you heard me?
Mr. Intellectual, welcome.
Yes.
Well, Mr.
Bless evening.
Yeah.
Uncle Tommy, you're
Same
right
to you.
On spot there, man. You're right on spot.
I know what I'm talking
there,
about.
man.
I know, yeah. People trying to correlate that with the economy's performance, saying the reason why the economy is not performing is because of the act of restructuring CPEP, URP.
Okay, I understand. That is
bunch
dotisology.
of dunce.
That is dotisology, nincompootology, foolishology, and stupidology at its ology highest. Go ahead, Mr. Intellectual.
Well, you know, it really had kind of wicked setup people outside there, you know. You could imagine the Fourth Estate trying to kill the government at this point in time. They're so wicked. You have people coming on the TV and saying that we have a relationship with Venezuela. We Prime Minister talking out of turn and all this kind of stupidness. She went and get the OFAC license renewed, right? And re-established. Now, them talking about if Venezuela go accept negotiations with Trinidad and Tobago. But Venezuela had to be stupid. They just don't like the economy to grow.
Yeah. Venezuela ain't dotish.
Huh? Maduro so stupid that he will be getting US dollars. He ain't gonna want to finish the deal, the Dragon deal.
And he's been paid already.
Either that or they give you back your money?
Yep.
Right.
Some can. No, watchman. You could imagine. When last you hear Maxi Coffee talk?
He come out, he say something? Maxi Coffee talk?
The man was on the news today talking about breakfast shed.
Oh, they bring him
What?
out? Boy, listen.
They resurrect that.
Listen.
I tell you, propaganda and propagandists.
Yeah.
Them really feel that they got trapped Trinidad and Tobago, right?
Yeah.
They're doing every. They want to take Eureka to court now for closing down the breakfast shed. They say them responsible for closing it down.
Mr. Intellectual, let me warn them, This is going to be that CPEP case, right? Part 2. This is going to be the CPEP case part 2.
Well, yeah, the man sent a pre-action protocol that already for them already, So I want them to take them to the cleaners this time, boy.
Yeah, boy. Yep.
And them 3 chefs and them that side in with them. When they finish with them, they're gonna have plate or spoon to cook with.
Boy, them, you see how the PNM do poor disadvantaged people? You see what the PNM does? The PNM encouraging them to do that. And them they go leave them high and dry.
Know that, when time to fork out the money out of their pocket, you think they were, who paying it for them?
PNM leaving them. Cancel Christmas for them. Yeah, man.
Thank you very much, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Yeah, yeah, I have a complaint. I don't know if I see something strange. Last night I got a notification, and I signed up last night 2:00 in the morning. I was up. I was painting, and I see something up on the phone. So I think. Then next thing you know, I see that just disappear. Out of the whole system, it just disappear. Your program. And next thing you know, I see it come up 1:40 something again PM this afternoon. But I wasn't at home to really use the phone or anything like that. So I come on late again today. I ain't rushing for not know anything like that. Once I hear the program, I good to go.
Good to go.
You understand?
Yeah, man.
But I wonder if something going on.
I don't know.
Or if they interfere with my phone. So I had to be kind of vigilant on what they are doing now.
Yeah, be careful now. Be careful.
Anyhow, gentlemen.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, anyhow, gentlemen.
Cool.
Thank you very much for your kind consideration. And Uncle Tommy, you're on spot today. Let them talk, they talk. Them sort of mocking pretenders and
Thank you.
leave them alone.
Thank you, man. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
In the chat there. I go remove this from the screen for you. But we go get into that too. But all your issues, It have a next issue too,
Right.
The chairman of the TPRC says today the corporation haven't received any disbursement of property tax revenue. You hear that, Tommy? Where the money gone, Tommy? Where it gone? All right. Why, but Tommy, it's so much, Tommy, right? There's so much. But let me go back to the chat. There is so much, folks. So much, so much. So much, boy. All right, let me see.
Yeah, it's just.
All right, so what? Tommy drop out just so, right? Tommy, internet gone, folks. COP, welcome. COP.
Professor Wall Street.
Welcome.
Good night to you. Good night to you, Uncle Tommy. Brian Manning going all over and radio station and thing and talking a set of garbage. He's the right person to ask where the property tax money gone, Brian Manning.
Where it gone?
And election time, they was talking on platform, they make over $400 million in tax, property tax. When the government asks him about where the property tax money, he say put it in the consolidation fund. Whenever you can't find the money, they put it in the consolidation fund.
Correct.
When they go in the consolidation fund, it hand nothing over there. So what is the consolidation fund? When you can't account for money, you say it in the consolidation fund.
You consolidate it. When you can't conflict, you consolidate it. That's what you do.
That's what they do. That's what they do. And repair a home, and take money out of that. But that's how I see it as a citizen. You want to buy a building for $125 million as a citizen? I will ask question: is that the money? Is that part of the money?
Wait, what fund you getting that from? COP, which fund you getting that money from? Inquiring minds want
from
to
the
know.
consolidation fund. That nothing to do with the consolidation fund.
Like he have his own consolidation fund. Yeah.
What they did? The $40 billion. They say Ministry of Energy and Paria fuel they benefit from. No way in Trinidad you could go and you could find the $40 billion that Ministry of Energy make. No way in Trinidad and Tobago you could find that. Look how many percent business I got one meeting, one high level meeting.
One.
Look the Dragon Gas and PNM people. I want to stop being foolish and trying to bring enemy amongst Trinidad government and Venezuela government. So if the Dragon Gas going, you feel Venezuela want war with Trinidad or Trinidad war, and they go and conduct a Dragon Gas deal? It's what the media doing. It's what the media doing. Cheaping up war, cheaping up headline, and Trinidad media and Venezuela media doing a headline and trying to create a conflict on the back canal. Look the Port of Spain mayor, Professor Wall Street.
Yeah.
You know what he's saying tonight in the news?
What he saying?
He said that the garbage truck and them break down. He said for 10 years, they never had no repair, no new garbage truck and thing. In 2011, under the UNC, the People's Partnership, they give the city, the Port of Spain, 9 garbage truck. 9 garbage truck the Port of Spain City Corporation benefited. They run down the garbage truck on them for 10 years. No repairs and thing. PNM out of power. You come to say the garbage truck on them breaking down. So why you don't take all that money while you spend and fix the garbage truck on them? You want the UNC come and fix the garbage truck on them? No.
Yeah.
Well, all that money, all you use for independence, all you could be fixing them garbage truck with that. All from the mayor's fund and the other funds that all you take out to have party, all you could have fixed garbage truck with that. Thank you, Professor Wall Street.
Thank you. So, folks, let me go back to the chat. But you could look on the screen and see for yourself. PM met U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio, and all you know, they say Penny was peeping at the Prime Minister. You know, that's what they say, boy. Look, Penny peeping. Oh God! Look, Penny Week Becker's peeping. KFC. KFC.
Hi.
Yeah, what you
Good night, Mr. Washington. Uncle Tommy, what's going on, man?
Everything copacetic, man.
Well, I'm not going to tell you something. Mr. Good night to the Honorable Minister, my MP, Mavanda Moet.
Yeah, man.
I said, like, someone like I try to throw salt in my right with me and she, but I wish she has pre-recovery. She done right now. And she tell me everything copacetic.
Right.
KFC. So, I like you should have strength and that pause. Because I know it's a real working ministry right now, because right now, like, a lot of glitching in the ministry, like low pensioners and people look at like the other thing, like they ain't get money now, but and plus government workers and coming boss lady she was waiting for she does more brother and she can get you. I hope she get you tomorrow because we have bills and things to pay, but that go handle. But Mr. Wall Street.
Yeah.
And Uncle told me like the dragon go blow under this government by.
Boy, listen.
They were Penny went to Marco.
Penny went to Marco.
Oh, she people so.
Penny going to Penny Week Becker's going to peep, boy. Yeah, who sing that song? They peeping, everybody peeping. Look, Penny peeping.
I think I'll pray that
Yeah.
My guy, another guy is a Vincential, a Grenadian artist.
Yeah. Look, Penny peeping. She peeping.
You know them who that PNM man of Brown and thing was bacchanal with Venezuela and this government and all them kind of thing. Instead of trying to spread propaganda and all that kind of thing.
All of them coming out of the woodworks, but
all of us come out of the woodwork. So I pray and say that the dragon blow. And we go bring we will get things in the country, everybody go live and everybody go eat and drink.
Yep.
But Mr. Worship, so I love
yeah, man.
listening and bless.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Everybody, Tommy, you gotta connect your video. You're in the background but no video. Yeah, folks. So they say somehow Penny end up peeping. Oh God. Penny end up peeping. But listen to this, folks. Listen to this. Miss Santa Cruz, welcome. Miss Santa Cruz.
Hi, good night, Wall Street. Good night to you and Uncle Tommy and to everybody out here.
Good night.
Wall Street, I could not respond to you last night because I didn't after 8:30, I didn't know anything until this morning. Right? So it's after I was listening to the program this morning, I heard what you said. And I am agreeing with you. Everything is in the hands of the lawyer now.
Good.
Right?
Good.
Somebody has to put a stop to him for trying to defame me.
Slanderous.
Right? But you know,
slanderous.
Yeah, he's slandering me, right? That I'm a known racist. But here the kicker. I get on the radio station back talking the PNM. So when they were doing it for 10 years on Iowa station, they were not racist.
No.
I don't lie on anybody, Wall Street. I don't lie on anybody. I bring facts. And everything that I bring, I have proof to back it up. For years, I have been doing that. Because when I quote date, time, and newspaper, and what page it is on. Right? Yeah. So he can say what he wants. They can try. Let him continue. But, you know, I want to ask a question here tonight. Yeah. No, I'm not casting aspersion on anybody, right? But he cast a whole net over Mikey, right? But I want to ask a question, right? Didn't Aisha Wells and Mr. Kokorit also got contracts from live sports? I don't know. Inquiring mind want to know.
I shall go call and tell we.
Right, inquiring mind want to know because I am absolutely sure it came out one of those horses' mouths. Right? I'm not calling anybody a horse, but it's just a saying. Right? Now, our next thing, you're talking about a criminal activity is putting me on a state board, right? But I want to ask, right? Was that criminal activity to give a talk show host a housing contract who don't know anything about house?
Talk, Miss Santa Cruz, talk.
Right? Who don't know anything about building a house? They give a scaffolding man, Rohan, good partner, who only know about building scaffolding to build houses and they have to rip the whole interest rail.
Oh, yes.
Isn't that criminal activity?
Go ahead. Hey,
yes,
Miss Santa Cruz,
criminal activity.
What about the person who owned the mini-mart and people who was in the mini-mart was working in URP and then had to report? What about that?
No, that's not criminal action. Criminal action is that a man daughter is living away and is a URP contractor.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Criminal actions is not a talk show host allegedly collecting money from a URP ghost gang, a special ghost project. Yep. That is not criminal activity. No. But you know, he sits there as though he's a genius. That is Einstein, brother. Right? He sits there. Oh, they don't know what they're doing and they have no clue what they're doing. You have any clue what you were doing? I wanted if Google had any clue what he was doing when he was sitting there.
Yeah.
But you see, monkey don't see the length of the tail, you know, Wall Street. They see the length of other people's tail. That's why he going to pay for his mouth.
Yep.
He's going to pay for his mouth.
Let him pay.
Thanks a lot, Wall Street, and have a good night.
Thank you. And let me see if I get at it. Where that one is. Let me see something. Where is that one? I want to get that one. with respect to that one. What did I do with that one, boy? Oh, you know what, folks? Anyway, I'm gonna get that, and so you all could see exactly what we're talking about. But I want you all to listen to this. Watch this, eh? Watch this. Watch this. All you think our prime minister the best, you know. When is the last time this happened in Trinidad and Tobago, boy? When is the last time? Watch this.
Thank you. We just had a meeting with Secretary of State, Mr. Rubio. We had.
And look how exquisitely the prime minister is dressed, eh? Watch that now. Way boy. Look at now, boy. Eh? Please. Why? All your weep, boy. Weeping time for the PNM. It's weeping time.
Some very important discussions for bilateral interests, and more will disclose later. We have some good news, so we'll share with you later. We head back now to New York City, and we look forward to returning home tomorrow. Thank you all very much.
Well, you see? Look, when is the last time them type of thing happened in Trinidad and Tobago, boy? When is the last time? Eh? I'm asking a question, folks. Somebody please help me. When is the last time we had that type of thing happen in Trinidad and Tobago? Eh, folks? When is the last time? Yeah, KFC.
Yeah, Mr. Washington, we have to congratulate the Prime Minister. Because she coming in tomorrow afternoon. So we had to prepare make sure she back safe. Take care of the people business. It's no secret deal. Nothing hiding. She come out and let the people at Trinidad and Tobago know what they're going to do.
Correct.
For the last 9-10 years, Rowley and Small Pen, them only hiding and secret deals and nobody know what's going on in the place. But them pass a set of money for that dragon gas deal.
Yep.
Was that wash it?
Yep.
And nothing going?
Nothing going.
So wash it, well, we head in the right direction, you know. I'll tell you, them dead, you know. They're really dead.
Yeah, all right.
They can't come back in this country.
Yeah, and we go play that before we go. Yeah.
As Luminix, I take it to Luminix thing on the Kokia station this morning. What they would order bit up on me. He said, the way all this government going in the next 20 years, you know, they're better than Jones. And people are calling it. He said, look at us, the for them calling the attack. This thing. Yeah, man, bless.
Southwestern, welcome.
A pleasant good night to you, Professor Walsh.
Good afternoon
and
to you.
Uncle Tommy.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, and to all your listeners, share the live. Good janjat and good comments. But they asked a question just a little while ago. Uncle Tommy, the last time Mark Rubio meet a prime minister from Trinidad and Tobago, he was offering his condolences to him. Yeah. That is the last time before the 28th of April, in a high level meeting with that prime minister tried to sneak in a private room in Barbados to meet him. Just like how Petty was people. Yeah. So the PNM leader, the leader of the PNM and them who have prime minister in mind to be prime minister, they have a way to peep and to see where Marco Rubio this be. Because I want the listeners and them who listen to this program, when the one day prime minister who got the Cobo Sweat, and he went to the Caribbean to meet Marco Rubio, he didn't have an appointment for him. But when Mark was coming out through the door, he met him and he gave him the condolences. He told him, I don't have to congratulate you or to tell you condolences, which one. But I never see Churchill when I can talk to him. But anyway, Professor, they can research it and Nicolas and them can tell me. because Penny and also want to peep. But I want Penny when she peeping to see, right, that all the mischief they're making with CARICOM, that the United States is not the headquarters for CARICOM meeting, right? In the Caribbean here, when they had the CARICOM meeting, right? There's a plane right away and to talk on the phone and to Zoom because it had a prime minister in a Caribbean island say that he and Keith Rowley used to have Zoom. It's just a Zoom meet and call away and they have discussion, right? But you see, it added up now, Professor, to see that the PNM know that it have a local government election and a THA assembly election coming in Trinidad, right? And they know that this dragon gas, that where Shell have the Manatee field, right? Is still cross-border. And they don't have that one and the approval. So now Shell can ramp up production and we could get enough gas to keep me floated until the cross-border come across the Laura the dragon, right? So you see now all the mischief they try to tell the supporters and try to win back the supporters who they neglected. Indian record stated that they neglect them, they lead them, and they never listen to them for 10 years, And now they want them come back so they can fill their pocket and get excused. How does that be? Good night, Uncle Wall Street, Uncle Tommy.
Pleasant. Yeah, man. Brooklyn.
Good night to you, Wall Street, Uncle Tommy, viewers and listeners.
Yeah, man.
Good night, everyone.
Night to you.
Wall Street, let me tell you this. Remember, it's 10 years. 10 years. Rowley traveled the world. And Penny never get to go nowhere. Remember, Penny was too black to go anywhere behind the Oreo. He used to carry security. So right now, Penny not just peeping. Penny trying to copycat we leader to try to see how she could learn to be a prime minister. And she too old for that. She days done. So Penny not just peeping all you. Penny also in school because she never get good schooling under Rowley. Rowley used to have she, down in Arima there, far away from anything at all. She didn't used to speak. She was like, when Biden had the woman here, Kamala up here, and she didn't used to speak neither. And as soon as Biden resigned, she used to talk. So that's how Penny getting on. So Penny is peeping to see how to do the thing because she don't know. You understand? You remember when Rowley leave, he put Stewart, because Stewart was who he had behind him right through, moving. So again, we have to understand what Penny doing. I sure Kamala probably say, because we Prime Minister, Kamala Prasad says is a very loving woman. So I sure she pay Penny, I sure she say, Penny, come, let me show you how to run a country. You understand? That's what Kamala do. Kamala is actually, she put Penny in ABC. So Penny behind there, holding the flag tight, squeezing it. But she's in ABC. She's a child learning from a big woman and a powerful woman how to do the thing right. So she's not just peeping. She in school. She in ABC. So peeping Penny in class. I hope.
Yeah, man. Say Penny peeping, boy. Penny peeping. But folks, we are more breaking. I want to read this for you guys. Breaking news. This is out of the Prime Minister's office. Just a few minutes ago. Prime Minister secures security of state support for development of Trinidad and Tobago's hydrocarbon cross-border resources after holding high-level talks with the United States Secretary of State, the Honorable Marco Rubio. Prime Minister Kamala Prasad Busasa SC earlier today obtained the support of United States of America for the development of this country's hydrocarbon cross-border resources. This support was secured during high-level discussion with the United States Secretary of State, the Honorable Marco Rubio at the State Department in Washington, D.C. this morning on the invitation of the government of the United States of America. You hear that? The government of the United States of America invited the Honorable Kamala Prasad-Bissessar. The discussion focused on matters of mutual interest affecting both countries relating to A, national security, B, energy security, and 3, economic security. During the meeting, Secretary Rubio thanked the Prime Minister and the government for their strong political and technical leadership, and they both reaffirmed the strong and enduring partnership between both countries, grounded in deep historic ties and shared goals for regional security and prosperity. With respect to energy security, the Prime Minister engaged in intensive discussion with the Secretary, who assured that the prosperity of Trinidad and Tobago was in the interest of the United States of America. Let me say that over to the PNM people. Or you listen and weep, or you could listen and peep like Penelope Week Beckers. You could either listen and weep or listen and peep. Your choice. With respect to energy security, the Prime Minister engaged in intensive discussion with the Secretary, who assured that the prosperity of Trinidad and Tobago was in the interest of the United States of America. All you hear that? Hear that? All you hear that, right? So therefore, we should play this. We should play this. Why shouldn't we play this? We should.
When UNC wins, everybody wins. When UNC wins, Trinbago wins. Trinbago wins. Everybody wins. Everybody wins.
That win wasn't for the people who vote for the UNC or the people who didn't vote for the UNC. That win was for Trinidad and Tobago by the Honorable Prime Minister Kamala Prasad-Bissessar. Let me finish this. Subsequent to the meeting, the government of Trinidad and Tobago was informed that the Secretary of State support, listen. Subsequent to the meeting, the government of Trinidad and Tobago was informed that the Secretary of State supports the approval of the relevant Office of Foreign Assets Control, OFAC, license to begin discussions towards developing its cross-border hydrocarbons. You all hear that? Of course you all heard that. That was the second section of But folks, we're going to go for the break, but there's more, you know. There's a whole lot more. Don't go anywhere, you know. Do not go anywhere, right? Don't forget, it's In the Village with Uncle Tommy, Professor Washington, and you on WZYE 95.9 FM. We come to you every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. That's every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. Don't forget, folks, as soon as you get into the village, do your WZYE civic duty. Share the live. WZYE 95.9 FM on Facebook. Subscribe. WZYE TV and YouTube. And you can reach us here at 973-868-1444. That's 973-868-1444. We're going to go for a quick break and we'll be right back. Don't go nowhere.
You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio, WZYE.
Welcome to WZYE TV 95.9 FM. We come to you every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. and on Sunday from 1 to 4 p.m. on Let's Talk Politics. Like, share and subscribe to keep up to date with reality affecting your life, and as we always say, we bring the truth, the whole truth and nothing but the truth.
You're tuned to WZYE, the heartbeat of unfiltered truth. We're more than a station, we're a movement, grounded in facts, driven by integrity, committed to progress. We don't chase headlines, we create them. Decoding politics and current affairs to question power, not cozy up to it. From Laventille to Scarborough, whether you're in your living room or your commute, this is where perspectives collide, divides dissolve, and tomorrow's conversations start today. WZYE, we originate, not imitate.
Laid to rest, laid to rest. Laid to rest, laid to rest. It's alleged, it's alleged, it's alleged, it's alleged. Hey! Tell them Kamala say, he and them dead. Petrotrain workers say, the party dead, dead, dead. Bubba billions missing from the treasury. Corruption with taxpayers' money, the end is here, security. Me and them dead. Hey, tell them Mooney Lal say, me and them dead. Even the 1%ers say, the party dead, dead, dead. They support us mourning and crying. Funeral arrangements they making, the DMO leaving. Me and them dead. Condolences to the Balize. SIEP, no more pale pale. The rising sun is ready to govern Trinidad and Tobago for a brighter tomorrow. One, restart the economy, two, health sector, immediate victory. Abolish crime, put sports on the front line. Four, every pipe must have water. Five, roads smooth as six, provide people with work. UNC ain't making jokes. Tell them drilling say, we and them dead. Social media say, the party dead, dead, dead. The registered party members in pain. Scarborough to put a spin, inside sources say, we and them dead. Tell them Arnold say, we and them dead. Police, army and prison say, the party dead, dead, dead. Election night, flambeau burning steady. The casket was on the hearse ready, read the red eulogy. We and them dead, dead, dead. Tell them Kamala say, we and them dead. Some of the members say, the party dead, dead, dead. When the CARICOM leaders hear what's up, seems like not one of them was in shock. Put them in one big box, be and them dead. Tell them Mooney Lal say, be and them dead. Teachers, doctors and nurses say, the party dead, dead, dead. All the bad investments and fellas make investors not coming for the wake. No more ice cream and cake, be and them dead, dead, dead. The red party showed no empathy for 18 babies and pipeline families. They so heartless, citizens in distress. The country in a crisis, SOE and still all this. One, UNC on a mission. Two, to correct the school system. Three, end poverty and clean up TNT. Four, speed up the housing process. Five, lower taxes. Six, revamp we energy. Bring back the oil refinery. Tell them Kamala say, P and M dead. Petrotrain workers say, the party dead, dead, dead. Bubba billions missing from the treasury. Corruption with taxpayers' money, the end is here, security. We and them dead. Hey, tell them Mooney Lal say, we and them dead. Even the 1%ers say, the party dead, dead, dead. They support us mourning and crying. Funeral arrangements they making, the DMO leaving. We and them dead, dead, dead. Tell them drilling say, we and them dead. Social media say, the party dead, dead, dead. The registered party members in pain. Scarborough to put a spin, inside sources say, we and them dead. Tell them Arnold say, we and them dead. Police, army and prison say, the party dead, dead, dead. Election night, flambeau burning steady. The casket goes on the hearse ready, read the red eulogy. We and them dead, dead, dead.
And of course, we are back with you. It's In the Village with Uncle Tommy, Professor Wall Street, and you on WZYE 95.9 FM. We come to you every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. That's every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, as soon as you get in, share the live. WZYE 95.9 FM on Facebook. Subscribe. WZYE TV on YouTube. And you can reach us here at 973-868-1444. That's 973-868-1444. That's the phone we're going to be using for now because Tommy's having internet problems. Financial Guru, welcome.
Yes, good night, Professor Wall Street. Good night, Uncle Tommy. Good night, everyone.
Good night.
On WZYE. Professor Wall Street, I starting up tonight with part 2 because it is interesting. I didn't hear the whole show as yet, but it stems on Mr. Manning going all over the media, trying to come up with this analysis that the present situation in TNT, the budget is coming soon. We don't know if it's Monday. We don't know if it's on the 13th. He's laying it on the doorstep of the UNC. But it's strange to see that if you have, let me ask you this, and I keep asking these questions, you and Uncle Tommy. If you have a person who lay the embers, lay the dry leaves, they put the gasoline and the kerosene, so they put gasoline to combust and they put kerosene, and then they put it in the middle with a match. That is an arsonist. That is an economic arsonist. That is a person in the name of Colin Imbert, Keith Rowley, Vishnu Dan Paul, and now Brian Manning and Stuart Young. For 9.5 years, these guys with Rowan Sinanan were at the helm of the economic engine of Trinidad and Tobago. Now, could that person, Uncle Tommy or Professor Wall Street or anyone, be considered a fireman? I have asking a question, Professor Wall Street. Can you consider a person like that a fireman to put out a fire? Professor Wall Street, you heard me?
Yeah, you talking about Colin Burt and Vishnu Dan Paul?
I am asking you, can a arsonist be a fireman?
No.
The person who set fire to the economy, can they come now after 9.5 years and present solutions? Exactly. So Professor Wall Street and Uncle Tommy, I want Manning, the so-called new guru, because Vishnu Dan Paul, like, he coming or he going, he don't know where he is. Colin Imbert has no credibility. Professor Wall Street and Uncle Tommy and everyone, do you know Jamaica is being upgraded by S&P?
Okay.
Do you know that? They're going from BB minus to BB. And we are right now at BAA minus, which is the lowest grade with S&P. Moody has us as investment, not investment, but junk. But I want to, before I go, I want people like Brian Manning, Colin Imbert, Vishnu Dan Paul, and Stuart Young, and Rowley is still out there, to listen to the statistics. Professor Wall Street, I did a quick economic analysis of the economy from 2015. So just bear with me, because you see, as I keep telling you, in 1986, you were not there. Uncle Tommy was not there when the economy was in shambles, and it took Selby Wilson, Mr. Dukaran, Patricia Robinson, Mr. Robinson to try to put this economy back on the heel. And they had to do structural adjustment. They had to take 10% pay cuts. And it was a lot of madness. And the PNM came in on a wave. And we cannot allow these arsonists, I call them arsonists, to come back with this nonsense that they're projecting. So, Professor Wall Street, in 2015, let me tell Mr. Manning and company, the reserves was roughly about $11 billion. That is almost 12 months of import cover. The PNM came out of office on the 1st of May. Our reserves right now in 2025, so in 2025, 15, it was 11. In 2025, it is 4.6 to 4.9 billion. That is almost 50% destruction of our USD. Professor Wall Street, our S&P and credit worthiness ratings from S&P and Moody's in 2015, we had an A- stable and a Baa2 stable. S&P was A-. Now it's BB- stable, investment grade, but we have a negative watch because of the fire these guys did to the economy. With Moody's, it was BA2. Now it's BA1 and it's speculative. So that means it is junk status. Fitch doesn't give us that, right? Let me just move on quickly. Our debt to GDP ratio, when Mrs. Manning, when Mrs. Bissessa left, it was about 64 to 65%. Now in 2025, it reached it's approaching over 80%. How did that occur? Professor Wall Street, in 2015, our total debt was roughly about 76.5 billion TT. That's our public debt. Our USD debt was 11.5 billion. Now, when you transfer that, that's roughly about maybe about 80 something billion. Now it's 148. Listen to me, 148 billion with a B in 2025, based on what Mr. Imbut was doing. Professor Wall Street, our foreign direct investment, our foreign debt was 2.5 billion. Now it's 5.5 billion. Who do that in 4 months? It was the PNM or the UNC? It's the PNM. Professor Wall Street, let me just go quickly before I end. Our competitiveness ratio, we had about 39, we were 39 out of 140 countries in 2015. It now gone down to like 42, right? Transparency. Our competitiveness ratio, we don't have that anymore. But the fact is, when you look at all the key performance metrics, our diversification metrics, Professor Wall Street, Brand Manning is talking a bunch of giggly-gook. GDP in agriculture was 6%, they say, roughly 1% in 2015. Now it's only about 7.7%. What happened between 2015 and 2025? None of that happened. So when Brian Manning, because the budget is coming, 69 billion with a B, come inward board, and he took 17 billion between 2015 to 2025, 3.5 billion USD in net negative foreign direct investments from 2015 to now. So that means people were taking out their money. So when they're talking about the Trinidad and Tobago Revenue Authority, let me ask you a question, Professor Wall Street. If you trading in Jumbie beads in Trinidad, TT dollars, and we import most of our things outside of oil, gas, and petrochemicals, if you raise Jumbie beads, you take more money in Jumbie beads, meaning Trinidad dollars, and you don't deal with the diversification, dealing with the hub and spoke, dealing with transportation, dealing with tourism, dealing with agriculture, dealing with IT services, which they could have done over the last 10 years, would those Jumbie beads be any significance if the world dealing in gold? Professor Wall Street, if we collecting through this TTR and they only taxing from people, and we need gold, would that Jumbie beads be of any significance to you, Professor Wall Street? Yes or no? I'm asking you a question, sir.
No.
Right. So when these guys come in to tell you about property tax, that they didn't do the industrial and the commercial property tax first, when they're talking about the TTRA, raising $10 billion to pay, we can raise 30 billion. If we don't raise USD, we are in trouble. So I'm going to leave you with this, Professor Wall Street.
All right, leave it there.
Never be a fireman. Have a good night.
Good night. Thank you very much. I did find out it's so beautiful. Let me see if I have any voice notes here. Hold on. There we go. We have a voice note here.
Good night, Mr. Wall Street and Uncle Tommy. Mr. Wall Street, that statement where you pop with the chairman in the corporation, he was actually replying to, I don't know how to pronounce the fella name correct. It's Swadrak Singh or something is his name. He's a UNC.
Yeah.
I think it's a minister or a senator, I'm not too sure. Right? Now, he was in parliament speaking and he was talking about the property tax, the payment, how much money was collected, and how much money is supposed to go to each corporation. But this corporation fella, this chairman, he jumped out himself and he talked about no disbursement was
give one to the corporation, right? But he didn't understand what Swadrak Singh really saying. Yeah, so he did that jump out himself, but he didn't really make no sense because that the UNC man never said that in parliament.
Okay. All right. There we go. There we go. So, folks, let me get back to something, right? First of all, think about this, right? You remember the editorial that I did yesterday? Watch this now. You all see that? Watch. Kamala Prasad Busesa, Caribbean most influential leader, 2025. Who in front? Who in front? You all remember the editorial that I did? Eh? Yeah? Think about it. Look, people can talk. Folks, during the last decade under the PNM, was there any analysis that came out that says the former prime minister was the most influential leader in the Caribbean? Any at all? Any? Look. Well, they think it's easy. It shows. Yeah. But folks, also, I want you guys to watch this. Watch this. Folks, we have a political leader in Trinidad and Tobago, and by extension of the Caribbean, a torchbearer of national transformation. Torchbearer of national transformation. But folks, I want you all to listen. This is the video with respect to Dominic Domain, right? Talking about Mighty K and Miss Santa Cruz. And my question of the day is, there has to be something done. Take a listen.
Companies like Dustbin Divers and all this kind of thing. A man like Mikey K, who you have sitting on the board of TTT today, right? This man was benefiting from $92,000 a month under life sport. To what? To go and report and say that the program going good. $92,000 a month of taxpayers' money. Today he's sitting on the board of TTT. You had people like Anna Munsami, Miss Santa Cruz, and well-known racist. She's sitting on the board of TTT collecting board fee every month, but always on the radio bad talking to PNM and saying the worst of things. You're seeing screenshots of racist posts that she put on social media, but you're all happy to have people like that sitting on state. But I want to talk about crime. You just forget them things.
You all hear it for yourself? You all hear it for yourself? Yeah? Boy, I hope. Well, we already hear from Miss Santa Cruz. Almighty, can them do the right thing, eh? I hope they do the right thing. Because them fellas and them, listen, folks, let me remove that picture. All you have is the integrity, you know. All you have is the integrity. And when you have people like those PNM people, because all of them, as a matter of fact, all of them, every single one of them.
That the PNM has found itself in, as the gentleman would have said rightly. Dr. Eric Williams, many years ago, said that every single member of the PNM is a propagandist of the PNM. And one of the first things I will do as your new chairman is to ensure that the propagandists of the PNM must be deployed on every nook and every cranny of this country. And we will chase them away on social media, and that the gospel of the PNM must be known to every single citizen of this country.
Will you hear that? That is not Uncle Tommy or Wall Street saying that, you know. That is coming out of the mouth of the chairman of the PNM. Every single PNM is a propagandist of the PNM. You cannot believe anything they say. Nothing, nada, no duck. Yeah, anything. Yeah. The thing gets so bad. It gets so bad. Right? Penny going to Washington to peep. Yeah, she going to peep. But folks, this is the one that had me, right? I'm like, wow, it's about time. Yeah? This is a statement by Anand Ram Logan. The PNM should hang their heads in shame. They lock out all kind of poor people. But their finances, their friends and family was coming in through the back door. Why? Why is that, folks? Why should that be? Eh? Why should that be? I thought there was a government for all the people. They were only a government for certain people, right? I want you all to take a listen to this. Listen to this. Listen to this.
Statement by Anand Ramlogan SC. Hang your heads in shame. This is a historic and landmark judgment that signals a major development in our constitutional jurisprudence as it relates to the right to liberty and freedom of movement. It is also a stinging indictment on the way the PNM administration managed the reopening of our borders during the COVID-19 pandemic. When the government decided to allow citizens who were stranded overseas to re-enter the country, Minister Young refused to publish the factors or criteria that would be taken into account in deciding who would be allowed to re-entry and when. The court has quite rightly described this as the epitome of arbitrariness because it meant distressed and aggrieved citizens were essentially shooting in the dark. In the meantime, however, the privileged 1% political financiers, friends, and supporters were being granted privileged access
You all
to
hear that? The friends and 1%ers were granted privilege to flew in and flew out. Yeah, I say flew. Yeah, to flew in and flew out. Yeah, they were flew in and flew out. Yeah, yeah. Professor said that. Yeah. Or they tape that, tape it. They were flew in and flew out, right? Because they had privilege under the PNM. Yeah, PNM care about poor people. PNM care about poor people. I know people who were stranded. I know we was helping them here at WZYE. The Phantom, Gary Mahabir, the Storm, Diana Benskin. We were helping some of them. Yeah? For that wicked, evil, vindictive PNM. Them like people? Who them like? Them only like people to vote for them when the election come. And as soon as the election finish, right, cancel Christmas and Carnival for them. Cancel Christmas and Carnival. They don't want to hear nothing from them.
Information that was kept a secret. Whilst the rich were being allowed to return home, hundreds of our poor and vulnerable citizens who were simply told to shelter in place were simply left grieving and distressed in the dark. The cruel irony is that many of the persons were rendered homeless and barely able to survive, but whilst their pleas were callously ignored, those with privileged access to the government were able to return home. Miss Joanne Panthen's video begging Prime Minister Rowley to show some compassion had hit a raw nerve in society. The sight of her traumatized and disoriented face, begging to come home, has left an indelible mark on the nation's conscience. Lorick was seeking medical treatment, and Panthen was visiting her sick son-in-law and grandchildren who were on holiday in the USA when the borders were suddenly closed. They were both stranded, and as their funds ran out, were rendered homeless and destitute. This judgment clears the way for other citizens who were similarly circumstanced to sue for the breach of their constitutional rights. The unfair and discriminatory manner in which the government managed the reopening of our borders is a stain on our democracy. Stuart Young was, in effect, playing God by secretly deciding who could return home and who could not. Many citizens died grieving to return home, poor, homeless, and heartbroken. The government was guilty of favoring some whilst ignoring the cries and tears of others, favoring those who could have afforded to remain outside, whilst cruelly ignoring the tears and cries of those who could not. This was an assault and affront to the rule of law. The secretive and mysterious manner in which the government managed the process of reentry meant that it could literally pick and choose who it wanted to help without any form of transparency and accountability. Those responsible for the human disaster should hang their heads in shame and disgrace.
Yeah, all remember that? People don't remember that. Yeah, I remember that. I remember that very vividly. I remembered it because that's what we were fighting here for. As a matter of fact, that is one of the things that put WZYE on the map. And Erica, if you're listening, Erica, you should contact Senior Counsel Anand Ram Logan. You might get a little change. Not might, you'll get a little change. Because you were locked out too. And all the rest of them. Takesha, weren't you locked out too? You was locked out too, Takesha. You could get a little change. Yeah, defender.
Worship.
Yeah.
You know what sickened me about that? When the lady said CPL players and managers and coaches were allowed to come in.
Correct.
And she, as a citizen, 61 years old.
Yeah.
The door even want she to come in.
No.
What's up, Worship? Every day, we see now evil and heartless. That PNM government wasn't to people, you know.
Every single day.
Well, shit. I see Rowlaya run out this morning, cussing West Indies. You know the win this evening?
The win?
Like everything, huh?
The win.
Yeah, the win the last T20 match. As he come out to interfere with them, the win. Force that man, like everything he do is go opposite. Enjoying it on Kotoman also.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So, folks, I want you all to listen to this. Listen to this lady. This is the lady who was stranded. I want you all to listen to her. This is her, you know. Listen to her.
Good morning. My name is Joanne Panton. I am in Miami. And I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. I've been here over 4 months. I am not the same person I was and will never be. It's disturbing for me to see, hear, and read that the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago, Dr. Keith Rowley, has decided to have a CPL and bring in hundreds of people into Trinidad and Tobago.
All you remember that? Yeah? Different strokes for different folks. The PNM don't care about poor people. They don't care. All they care about is when an election come around and they have a local election coming up. All you go see them again. All you go see them. We love you so, we take great care of you. Yeah? Yeah? You mean all we do is love you when the election comes. And after the election gone, we hate you. Don't come and talk to us. Right? Go and eat macaroni pie, drive a bicycle, right? Or do whatever else you have to do. But don't come and talk to me.
For this tournament or this league. And there are people like myself. I didn't sleep again last night. I am a broken human being. I have my own home that I so desire to be in. I am forced to live in a one room that is expensive. Money has run out. I feel as though I'm abandoned. There's nothing that could make me feel that this government care about myself and people that is outside of the border. If it is that arrangements could be made to bring in non-nationals back into Trinidad. And nothing, I'm telling you, people, for 4 months, many emails to the Ministry of National Security and the Ministry of National Security, unchecked, no response. How can I continue? I don't step outside from where I am. I want to come home. My tears is not tears of sorrow, but of a broken person. This is a crime against me. When all the world took the pain to repatriate its citizens, I am abandoned. I don't know how to explain to any human being how I feel. But this can't continue. Regrettably, there's nothing I can do or say except ask Trinidad and Tobago nationals, please, some form, some way, ask, plead, beg, I'm begging, help us to get home. This is no longer a case of we trying or we faking something or we have money mentally. It's gone beyond that now. No sleep. I am 61. I never felt and looked like this in my entire life. All I'm asking is, I would like for the government to see this is no longer a case of we can wait. We are stressed, we are tired, we are hopeless. I pray day and night. I'm a praying person. I would not let anything shake my faith that God is in control. But Dr. Rowley, you are breaking us mentally. You are taking away from us something that doesn't belong to you. I need to hear, to see, just get an answer. When will this end? Because there's no end for me. I need to leave this place. I'm in one room. It costs $40 US a day. And then you add the taxes and I have to eat. And this is months. This is months. I would like for the minister who holds a portfolio as Attorney General to search in the laws as to human rights and what are my rights. As a national of Trinidad and Tobago, I hold a national birth certificate, passport, and ID. I worked 41 years, paid all my taxes to be at this age, and I have to beg to come home. I plead, and I'm going to do it every day. This has to end. Please, Trinidad, please let us come home.
So, folks, that was the 61-year-old young lady, yeah, talking about when she was stranded here in the United States of America, and the wicked, evil PNM. Yeah, the wicked, evil PNM. Didn't care about she. And we used to fight for them here. And them PNM people was say, oh God, they go bring back this and they go bring back that. And we don't want them coming back. But you bring in all them CPL people. Different strokes for different folks. Yeah? Listen, all those stranded people, all they get together and put a class action suit. A class action suit. from that wicked, evil PNM. And you know the sad thing, boy? You know what's sad? Or you know what's sad? Right? The current government had to go in the treasury and pay out that money when they could be doing other things in the country. The wicked, evil PNM caused that. Yeah, the wicked and evil. They should never see the corridors of government in Trinidad and Tobago for the next 250 years. Whenever the PNM come into power, it's only wickedness for poor people. Wickedness. Only remember what the former Prime Minister said? He have no problem making the rich richer so they could create opportunities for the poor. He said that. That's what he said. That's not my words. Yes, COP, welcome.
Professor Wall Street.
Yeah.
That is a sad story.
Man, you telling me, man?
That is a sad story. And them days I think was Faris Alwari was the Attorney General. Them see the cry of that lady and them still deny she access her.
Yeah.
As she country, you know.
Correct.
And not just she alone, you know.
Plenty more.
Was hundreds all over the world, you know.
Yep.
Was crying. You know. They say they're like vagrant on the streets, they have nowhere to live.
Yeah.
And Trinidad and Tobago government, Keith Rowley, Faris Alwari, Penelope Beckers, Stuart Young, deny citizens of this country. People die. People die. Under the PNM and the Ministry of Health under the PNM say the death of a COVID. And the family members could not even go to the funeral. The family, up to now, the family members don't even know what happened to their father and mother and brothers and things. Where they bury, where they burn and things. Nothing, they know nothing. Under Faris Alwari, Keith Rowley, Penelope Beckles and Stuart Young and them. Them bring in, why is it? They must denying citizens trying to come in the country to save their life. PNM and Penelope Beckles and Keith Rowley and Shamfa Kojo and them was bringing cricketers. Non-citizens, they must bring in cricketers in Brian Lara Stadium to play cricket.
Correct. Yep.
Which one was more important? Cricket. To bring home your citizen or to bring people that you know which part there was last night? Or the night before whenever they come in cricket? Yeah. And they deny people the constitutional right, abuse the power, and take away people's constitutional rights from them, and tell them they say they was following the law. That could have never been the law. Up to when they leave office, it have people begging to come home, and they be bringing nobody at all. They be bringing no at all. They bring in Venezuelan and lie to the population. They'll see. We don't know if Maduro was in that. Them bringing them over here on that COVID and lie and say they know about what plane coming over here. Them doesn't know everything. And why is them was sneaking people in this country over here? They was denying the citizens of this country. But thank God, that lady knows she writes, and she had a little budget to pay a lawyer to stand up for it.
Correct.
And she wins she matter. And all the others and them, all they should do that same thing too.
Same thing.
Do that same thing. Yeah. But make sure not taxpayers are to pay all you. Make sure you ask for Stuart Young to pay all you, Faris Alwari, and Rowley and Penelope Beckers and them, because them won't deny all your constitutional rights and victimize all you, abuse the power, and had all that tranquility and poverty. Today, people still can't get over that.
What you mean? What you mean?
It still have mothers. It still have wives and husbands that lost each other. And today, husbands still crying for the wife because they don't know nothing about where she born, where she buried, nothing like that. They don't know nothing.
Yeah, correct. Yep.
Yeah. I wonder if Penny will like that for anyone of she family member. Or when she father that passed away, if they would have liked the state to say no, it's on that COVID, nobody can go wrong over there. I wonder if she would have liked that. What you don't like for yourself, you don't do it to others. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, you think it's easy? Santa Cruz said when my sister died in England from COVID, I couldn't go. You know, that is the kind of evil wickedness that the PNM government imposed on citizens. Eh? And when back then we were fighting for that, you know what they tell us? You tell us, hey, all you don't know what it's like. Why them people coming back to spread COVID-19 to we here in Trinidad and Tobago? Let them stay where they are. Let them stay. But all they bringing all them CPL cricketers. They're bringing them. Yeah? Boy. Only think it easy. Let me go to the chat, eh? Yeah? PNM allowed Delcy and lock out our own citizens. Yeah, Caribbean Soul. We used to fight for them right here on WZYE 95.9 FM. We were one of the few radio stations, and we weren't even in Trinidad. We in the United States was fighting for exile and stranded citizens. We coined that phrase, exile and stranded citizens. We were fighting for them. And people say, oh, they don't like the PNM. Or they don't like the PNM. The PNM they don't like Trinbagonians. That's what it is. The PNM don't like Trinbagonians. Angela Darius. Angela, welcome. What about the statute of limitations? Nah, we go. Don't worry about that, Angela. Don't worry about that. All who get locked out, all your contact senior counsel Anand Ram Logan. Even if he was locked out for 1 day, contact him. Yeah? Because the PNM put all you through mental stress. We know plenty people here at WZYE fighting for them. The Storm, Diana Benskin, fighting for them. Alistair, welcome.
Professor Wall Street, good night. And Uncle Tommy, you hear me clearly?
Loud and clear.
Nice. Well, I'm taking it back to memory lane.
Yeah.
Right, Barbados, we had citizens who were stranded in Barbados.
Oh, wow.
And our government refused. Our government refused for them to come back. You see, Barbados citizens had to take care of them. Humanitarian grounds. You hear? Yeah. But they also used the COVID, keeping our citizens so they couldn't come home and vote. Yeah, they couldn't come home and vote. Plenty of them couldn't vote. Because we had election in August 2020. Right?
Yeah.
And we also had, look, what is interesting, we had almost 5,000 COVID deaths. And once upon a time, Dr. Diyal Singh was boasting that we were #1 in the world, but he changed his tune. When we started to have so many deaths, they stopped singing those tunes. And what is most significant about all of that is that Dr. Roshan Parshram was given the highest award of the country for that foolishness. Because they handled the COVID very badly. We had more deaths than Jamaica. Right? We almost had 5,000 there now. While Jamaica had just 3,100 and something deaths. We had more deaths than even Nigeria in Africa. Right? And Nigeria has a population of 215 million people. Right? And I saw you did an editorial on Professor Kojo. Well, Kojo with the ORTT and Frederick.
Yep.
That is almost similar. Dr. Parshram, ORTT is almost similar. Dr. Kojo did more, in my view, and deserve his award.
Yeah.
Right? So you all have a good night.
Thank you, man. Thank you, Alistair.
Yeah. Okay, right.
I'll get our WZYE research analyst. Yeah. Caribbean Soul, again your title. Eh? You is the WZYE research analyst. That is a big title. Eh? Big title. Big title. Our WZYE research analyst. And we are quite a few. Our research analyst just sent us this. This is an article in Newsday on June the 1st, 2021. Tikisha, where you? Takesha Colleen, man. Colleen Takesha. Woman challenging exemption process told go before the full appeal court. You know? COVID-19. This is what it says. And East Dry River woman who unsuccessfully challenged the constitutionality of government decisions to close the borders and require nationals to apply for an exemption to return home, again, I guess has been denied. I think that was Takesha. Takesha, if you're listening, call we. Call we. Yeah, call we. Yeah? That was Takesha. I think Takesha was in, where she was by? In, I don't remember now. Was she in BVI or in Bahamas? She was in one of them places. And in the night, she called Senior Counsel Anand Ram Logan Takesha. Call him. Call him. Right? Banwari says, Rowley said Tobago is the place to go for Easter. 100 dies in Tobago from the virus. Patricia Pancho say, I lost my only. All right, Patricia, you had to finish that one. So Bennett said the lockout made my niece overstay her visa and lost it because she overstayed. She went to have a child, a U.S. citizen. Okay, hold on. Child going quickly. The lockout made my niece overstay her visa and lost it because she overstayed. She went to have a child, a U.S. citizen, appeared to the Children Authority, got caught with the lockout and overstayed. See what happened? Yeah? Let me go to the chat here. Donna Gockins said a blessed good night to you, Uncle Tommy and Professor Wall Street. Blessed good night to you. Volsang says, Rajesh, they're good BS. They're done supporters with that bull. Rodney Owen says, who dead, who live. Who said that again? Who said that? Remember that? Rajesh says, when the real figures come out, people George drop the ground. Okay. Rajendra says the 22 billion the evil PNM got for the COVID was to buy the PNM vote bank and call it general election in August 2020. DSS 22 million was HSF money that share like water so that Jolene John wouldn't win that seat. DSS 22 million was a financial threat to the PNM finance minister and the 22 billion. Banwari asked the question, wasn't it DR Singh's daughter who had to attend the wedding? I don't remember. Rajesh said Convent Girl was lying. TNT was #1 in the fight against COVID. Monica Rampi soon said during COVID time it was easy to stamp dead by COVID on the death certificate. Okay. Susan Lalchan, welcome. Rajesh, I good by the grace of God. Yeah. Bennett Thomas says, Prof, there was an incident when someone was coming to Trinidad and spun back to pick up a lady who was trying to get back home. The full details I can't remember. Volsang says, thanks, Darren, for confirming. You're very correct on the elite flying out, in and out of the country. Yeah, the elites are flying in and out. Yeah, they were flying like nothing, man. They were flying in and flying out. Oh, God, they flew in and flew out. Banwari said everyone who flew in had to be isolated for 14 days, except the Singh daughter who went to a wedding. That's real, that's true. Vishnu Pandit says, Worship, my wife and I was also locked out for 17 months while visiting our daughter in England. Vishnu, call Senior Counsel Anand Ram Logan. Oh, look at you. I tell all of that, you financial guru. And me financial guru. The Takesha was in British Virgin Islands at the time. Okay. Right. Here's the full thing. On each driver woman who unsuccessfully challenged the constitutionality of government decision to close the borders and require nationals to apply for an exemption return home has been told she has to take her appeal of a judge ruling to a full court. That was Takesha. And Takesha was a regular here. Yeah, I remember that. Vishnu Pandit called senior counsel Anand Ram Logan. Yeah, call him. Mr. Andraku said, Vol, he said his daughter came in on a iguana tail. First, he think we dotish. I remember that too. Anthony Ford said, Vol, one of his daughter and a pet dog. Yeah, somebody coming with a pet dog too, I think. Somebody. I remember that. Darren Red said the 1% Sabgan Abud was going and coming as they pleased. Even Christopher Rowley's daughter and her husband was allowed to come in to spend Christmas vacation. Do you remember that? Patricia Pancho says, and at the same time they had meeting with Venezuelans behind closed doors. Anthony Ford says, Anthony, Venice does come in and out of this country like if a maxi they take in. Wait, correct is right. John Budram says PNM must never come back in power. John, you are absolutely right. They must never see the corridors of power again in Trinidad and Tobago. They're too wicked and evil. The examples are there. The examples are there. And they just lie a lot. They lie. Right? And they are the propaganda machine. Yeah? Yeah, Volsang asks, did Rowley fly in his family during the pandemic for Christmas or something? Yeah. Yeah, ask about that. Rogers says good night. Good night to you, Rogers. Budram, you are correct again. The PN not good for Trinidad and Tobago. You know, think about it there, folks. Now we just think about this. For the last 9.5 years under the PNM, almost every day in the country, like the country had a cloud over it, a negative cloud, and was always something. And the worst thing that you could have was a press conference by the former prime minister. Because you know at that press conference, he go basically buff people. Right? He go try to intimidate people. Look at the press conference of the current government now. What a difference just 5 months can make. What a difference. Because a leader sets the tone for your whole party. People take a cue from the leader. And the last leader, right? The cue was go in your corner and sit down like little Jack Horner. If I want you to talk, I will tell you when to talk, when to jump, when to spit. And if you want to take a drink, when to take a drink too. That was the modus operandi of the previous government. And you remember when they say we keep each other's secret? They like the Cosa Nostra. Or remember that? We keep each other's secret. You think it's easy? Yeah, Rogers. Some of them still went and voted for the PNM for locking them out of the country. Yeah. George Ramdeen, welcome. George Ramdeen says, indictment, not incitement. Mickey the Ghost Rider, welcome. The evil that Rowley does will follow you, and karma will soon catch up with you sooner or later. Stay tuned for your Twilight Saga. Monica says, Auntie, so sorry for what you had to go through. Only see what a woman had to go through because of the PNM. Yeah? The evil, wicked PNM. Yeah? And that is the PNM modus operandi. That's what they do. They only care for you at election time. Julie Ali, you're right, you know. Because some of these people love abuse, you know. Tranja, welcome. There's abuse after abuse, you know. Yeah, Volsong, you're right. Growly and his PNM like they blight the country, but we have a leader who will light it up again. He lighten it up. Look at, folks, just look at, Semantic 62, and yet the Main Street media try to mash up Wall Street. Look at, folks, look at since we had the UN General Assembly. Look at the positive things that have happened so far. The Prime Minister going on a train to go to Washington. A train to go to Washington. The Prime Minister goes to Washington, meets with the Secretary of State. Right? The OFAC license going to be renewed. Look at all the positive things that are happening. It's there, you know. You don't have to go far, but listen, the PNM people go try all kind of propaganda, and try to make it up. But no longer they could just make stuff up and get away with it. No longer. No, them days done. Yeah, them days done. Yeah, Cool Runner. Not bad for 5 months. 5 months in office. 5 months. But listen now, you know, I'm not thinking about this. I think the 5 months in office could add up to the 9 years the PNM had in office, you know. Think about it. For all these successes we have had so far, think about this. You know, Caribbean Solar is the next one, you know. Venezuela quiet to watch Trinidad since the Prime Minister going on that trip. Yeah? Ingama, welcome. Yeah, no, she said she's going back to New York. Yeah, to jump on a train. That's it. George Ramdeen said, when will Port Espin and Rima wake up and realize the PNM don't care for them? Fire burn the PNM. No, they're waking up, you know. Slowly but surely. No, Monica, she jumping on the train. The train is about 3.5 hours. Yeah, Patricia, you're right. God not sleeping, you know. God not sleeping. But folks, we have more for you, But there is so much, boy. There is so much. Sometimes you gotta you can't even bring all the things you want to bring, you know. Yeah? You can't bring all the things you want to bring. But let's take that break, and we're gonna come right back. It's In the Village with Uncle Tommy, Professor Walsheet, and you on WZYE 95.9 FM. We come to you every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. That's every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. Don't forget, folks, whenever you join us, share the live. WZYE 95.9 FM on Facebook. Subscribe. WZYE TV on YouTube. And you can reach us here at 973-868-1444. That's 973-868-1444. Tommy's having internet problems, so hopefully you join us before the program is finished. Stick and stay. We'll be right back.
You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio, WZYE 95.9 FM.
Welcome to WZYE TV 95.9 FM. We come to you every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. And on Sunday from 1 to 4 p.m. on Let's Talk Politics. Like, share and subscribe to keep up to date with reality affecting your life, and as we always say, we bring the truth, the whole truth and nothing but the truth.
You're tuned to WZYE, the heartbeat of unfiltered truth. We're more than a station, we're a movement, grounded in facts, driven by integrity, committed to progress. We don't chase headlines, we create them. Decoding politics and current affairs to question power, not cozy up to it. From Laventille to Scarborough, whether you're in your living room or your commute, this is where perspectives collide, divides dissolve, and tomorrow's conversations start today. WZYE. We originate, not imitate.
No more red. No more red. No more red. No more red. No left foot, right foot again. No more struggle, no more shame, no more pain. We want to see us win. We want the brights again. No more penny again. Bye bye, penny, bye bye. Bye bye, penny, bye bye. We don't vouch for you. And we are tired of the bloodshed, tired of the taxes, tired of proposals and all the excuses, tired of no water, tired of stretching at the lot, tired of the eyebrows rippling. No left foot, right foot again. No more struggle, no more shame, no more pain. We want to see we win, we want the brides again. No more penny again. Bye bye, me bye bye. Bye bye, bring bye bye. I'm a fight the We're tired of the bloodshed, tired of the taxes, of the proposals and all the excuses. Tired of no water, tired of stretching at the lot, tired of the eyebrows rippling. No left foot, right foot again. No more struggle, no more shame, no more pain. We want to see we win, we want the prize again. No more penny again. Bye bye, penny, bye bye. Bye bye, penny, bye bye. We don't vouch it for you. No more red. 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 No left foot, right foot again. No more struggle, no more shame, no more pain. We want to see the win, we want the brides again. No more penny again. Bye bye, penny, bye bye. Bye bye, penny, bye bye. We don't vouch for you. Bye bye, penny, bye bye. Bye bye, penny, bye bye. We don't vouch for you. Fire! 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 Fire!
We are back with you. It's In the Village with Uncle Tommy, Professor Washington, you on WZYE 95.9 FM. We come to you every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. That's every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. Don't forget, folks, as soon as you join us, share the live, WZYE 95.9 FM on Facebook. Subscribe. WZYE TV and YouTube. And you can reach us here at 973-868-1444. That's 973-868-1444. Clinton Williams says PNM banning of cremation was another crime against citizens without any scientific data, while funeral agencies made a killing, charging for lengthy storing of bodies. Okay. But folks, we have another issue to deal with, We have another issue to deal with. The breakfast shed. The breakfast shed. The breakfast shed. Yeah. Look. Watch this. Let me get this up, Under the PNM. Under the PNM. Another one of those. Yeah? So listen to this. This is under the PNM. How much was owed there? 2013, $103,061. 2014, $187,399. $187,399. 2015, right? 231,365. So 13 was the UNC, 14 was 13 was the People's Partnership, 14 was the People's Partnership. In 2015, 231,365. 2016, 41,315. 2019, 82,630. 2020, 165,218. 2021, $247,891. 2020, $165,091. 2023, $185,918. 2024, $247,891. 2025, $165,260. For a total of $1,823,342. Right? And Acting Prime Minister Julian Jones says she understands the cultural and sentimental significance of the breakfast share, but the ball is in the vendor's court. According to John, there was no response to letters from the Urban Development Corporation of TNT about rent owed to the tune of $1.8 million. In a telephone interview with the Express yesterday, John noted that two of her aunts were cooks at the breakfast shed. Two of her aunts were cooked in the past, but she stressed that business is business, and it cannot be that no reason is given or no action taken when letters were sent, pointing out the arrears owed. She said in addition to the rent, nearly $60,000 is owed to TNTech. She said instead of responding to UDCUT, the vendors took a decision to move out of the breakfast shed and shut down the business. Right? But there's also now a lawsuit by the vendors. A lawsuit. Right? This is CPEP Part 2. CPEP Part 2. But I want you all to listen to this. This is a good idea. Listen to this idea. Did I get it there? Hold on, 1 minute, folks. So Tommy's still having a little difficulties in getting back into the program. Okay, all right, here it is. Listen to this.
I say the next one will be leader of the PNM, Robert LaHunt, former minister, PNM man, jump out because Penny busy storming and running around the USA looking for friends. Come out to say the government must save breakfast shed. Now I like my breakfast shed, delicious food and so on. But Robert LaHunt here what to do? You see how PNM moved from minus 4 million in 2011, where they was owing 4 million, and then they got into the black by building a monstrosity at Balize House worth about 140 million. Here what to do? PNM, Balize House, PNM people, Penny, save the breakfast shed like you save Balize House. Over to you, Robert.
Save the breakfast shed, boy. Yeah. That activity the PNM had there in the Hyatt. They could have taken that money and saved them people in the breakfast shed. Because I'm sure many of those people are PNM people. I'm bringing back Tommy. Tommy hearing me? He gone again. He gone again. Yeah? The PNM serious? Yeah? Most of them people, right, is PNM people. Most of them people. So PNM should save them people. Semantic 62 said standards dropped at the breakfast shell. Yeah, I ain't day in a long time, you know. Oh God. Yeah, Mr. Andrew could see Part 2. But you know, the PM does encourage people to do one set of dotishes, you know. Yeah, correct is right. let the PNM and you they cut pay the bill. Yeah, KFC.
Hi, can I Mr. Wash it?
Yeah.
If they love black people so much to talk about CPAP and therapy, they take everything from black people, all kind of thing in it. Our Leons and Penny Beckers and them will keep the parade in Tenapula. They all bail out them like when them by breakfast shed. And not paid for rent on time.
Yeah.
Let you bail them out. If they so can't and they still love black people, why they bail them out?
Bail them out. Correct.
Yeah, this big belly, you know the big belly one Noel Garcia was in charge of Unicut? Rowley partner. He can bail them out too. Because you was getting all the contractor bill, all them things. Remember, Mr. Antoine was begging in such a pigeon and the tarpaulin down there. Didn't Mr. Washi Dong was in a state too, you know. Yeah, Dong, there was in a state with pigeon and tarpaulin and things. The begging, the man coming on 91.9 and begging the mayor to see to fix all the place down there for the plan them. All that shit black people so by. I know the heart right there. It's so nice in the back by the heart that eating thing down by restaurant and bar thing down in the back there down there green and nice. And PNM, do have black people, do not flip the black brothers and sisters in business. But they pull out only 1%. I see Christian Motive over the highway there. I said, open a next business across there. The only cutting line and opening business across there. Wow. Star Wars shit, boy. You see the kind of money they're making?
Yeah, they good.
That's solid?
Yeah.
Tonight, the news I see, they're making millions of dollars. They really say make the rich get richer to make opportunities to the poor.
Correct is right.
I hope the rich can have the poor now.
Yep.
Yeah, bless.
Yeah, you know, but Anthony Ford, I understand something, eh? And I think it's the same thing happened with HDC rent under the PNM. They allow people to owe so much rent that it comes into the hundreds of thousands. Why is that? Is that like a voter bank? Where they allow these people to do that so they could vote for the PNM? I'm just asking a question, you know. The same thing with them HDC housing, you know. I think millions in back rent, you know, millions. When you allow these things to go so long, and then there's a large accumulation, where you expect them people to get money from to pay for that? Where? Yeah? And it doesn't matter how expensive the food was, though, but really and truly, why are you allowing people to go so long without paying their rent? Let me see something here. Hold on.
Had a meeting with Secretary of State Mr. Rubio. We had some very important discussions for bilateral interests, and more we'll disclose later. We have some good news, so we'll share with you later. We head back now to New York City, and we look forward.
We already get that one. There was something else here that I wanted to look at. Anyhow, okay, here we go. We have a voice note. This is it here. I will play that just now. I will talk about that just now.
Good night, Wall Street and Uncle Tommy, and to everybody out there. Wall Street, you remember how you ridiculed that lady as well? If they feel by going and crying and making videos are going to open up the borders, they lie. You remember how he lied on Derek Chin when he said the agreement with Derek Chin for him to come back home was to bring in the lady from the Bahamas, that the cancer patient. That's a lie. Derek Chin came out and said that he says his sister who told him about the cancer patient. She too was crying. She wanted to come back home. And his sister called him and tell him about the cancer patient. He got in touch with her. He told her that to come and meet him, and he brought her home. Rowdy lie. And you had to be a PNM party group member called Jelani, party group number 6, in order to come home. But you know who I didn't feel sorry for at all? Tahaka. Wall Street, every day I was on that radio station begging for Tahaka family to come back home. And look how Tahaka kick everybody. Look at how we kick everybody, and he joined the same PNM who locked his family out for almost 2 years because he was a UNC. PNM really, really wicked. Really wicked. And if I speak any truth, they want to call you racist, go right ahead. So be it. They're wicked. They do people a lot of wickedness in this country. Yeah. And they used to wait until NBC and ABC and all them have the newscasts, then they come with their newscasts and following everything the people were saying. You remember when it was mild, it was mainly mild. It can't come here. But lo and behold, Ash Wednesday, it landed. And everything went downhill. Yep. And Mrs. Prasad Bissessa wanted to debate it. Bridget said, no, it's not important. Kangaloo said, no, it's not important. Look at what happened after. But we have to believe in God's justice. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Thank you. So, folks, I want you all to listen to part of what Anil Roberts had to say. Take a listen to this. Tommy, you back?
So far.
Okay, are you inside? I want you all to listen to Anil Roberts. And let's bring truth to power. I want you all to listen to Anil Roberts. Take a listen.
Doubles and coffee. When I was telling you that Keith Rowley, Stuart Small, Penny Young, Colin Imbert, the PNM government, was the most arrogant, tyrannical, oppressive, disrespectful, disdainful government in the history of Trinidad and Tobago, some of y'all didn't believe. A lot of y'all did. And therefore, April 28, 2025 came. But now, after long deliberation, submissions, evidence, cross-examination, a judge has come out with a scathing judgment against Keith Rowley and Stuart Small Young. Remember when they keep telling you COVID-19, they were the best. In fact, they went into an election in 2020 when the results should have been similar to that which occurred on April 28, 2025. And many of you, some of you intelligent people with degrees and masters were telling me that the PNM was doing so well with COVID, even though at that time, just before the election, they had done no testing. They had only done 2,645 tests. There was no curve. There was not enough testing for a population to create any curve. The oppressive closure of the border without rationale, without reason, the leaving of citizens to suffer outside, while the PNM played God and determined who could come in and who has to stay out. People, nurses were left in Barbados for Mia Amor Motley and her government to see about our citizens after they had gone to South Africa on a trip, on a retirement holiday together. People were crying. Do you remember that video of one Miss Joanne Pantin, a lady who had been caught outside when Small, Penny Young and Rowley closed the borders? And she did a video that you saw the pain, the frustration, the mental depression of this lady just being cast away without being able to come home to her home where she had been born. And you saw the pain on her face as she ran out of money. She was bordering on starvation, disrespected, felt unloved, uncared for. And Stuart Small, Penny Young, Convent Galdial Singh, Keith Rowley, and some doctors who were playing politics rather than being professional, and then were rewarded with the Order of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. That's where we first met this Richards woman with she half of a face mask on and Rowley flirting during a press conference. Take your minds back. People couldn't come home, open fire cremation. The people could not burn their dead in their Hindu rites. Total discrimination without science. Dying people all over. 5,000 people dead. People in tents without oxygen. People dying at home. A total calamitous failure. But remember, the PNM saying we're #1 in the world because 2 drunk Oxford students heard the statements of Rowley, Stuart Smallpin Young, and Convan Girl that we were banning the citizens from coming home. And because of that strong, insane, oppressive language without science, they decided that Trinidad and Tobago was quite good and strong with their COVID policy because citizens' rights to come home were being denied. Remember that? Remember Party Group 13 with Jelani and Stuart Smallpin Young? Do you recall, or I want to take your minds back, where a lady, a PNM lady in a PNM meeting on a PNM virtual, somebody recorded it, and Stuart Smallpin Young, the only human being who was granted the honor and the power to determine whether citizens could come home to the land of their birth, and he was wielding it with a kind of arrogance that he said, talk to Jelani, and you will organize, you will be organized to come home, whether you were working out on a cruise line and you got caught, whether you were on holiday, whether you were out checking your children who were studying. These PNM were determining without policy, without telling you what is relevant and what is irrelevant and who will be able to come home. A man, dog come home while people couldn't come home to bury their dead. Do you remember that COVID-19 arrogant, tyrannical, oppressive, dictatorial reign of terror brought down by Keith Rowley and Stuart Smallpin Young when Delcy Rodriguez was allowed to land just when a shipment of fuel was coming from Italy with Wilmer Ruperti, Trafigura PTE into Paria, into Pointe-à-Pitre, and it left on the Aldan, and the Aldan switched up its transponder and took it to Palo Alto, Venezuela, in the height of sanctions against Maduro and his wicked tyrannical regime. Remember that? Stuart Smallpin Young allowed Delcy Rodriguez and PDVSA officials to land on a sanctioned jet, but you couldn't come home. Miss Pantin couldn't come home. Rihanna Lorick couldn't come home. People couldn't come home when their mommy and their daddy died. People couldn't bury their dead. They couldn't burn them because of these dictators. Do you recall that? Well, the truth travels slowly, but its arrival is sure. And there's been a judgment now against Keith Rowley, against Stuart Smallpin Young, against the PNM. One of the most scathing judgments in the history of Trinidad and Tobago, stating that it was tyrannical, it was oppressive, it was unconstitutional, it was unfair, that some people were getting preferential treatment to go back and forth based on the whims and fancies of the PNM, based on the whims and the fancies of Rowley and Stuart Smallpin Young, as he was the Minister of National Security, the sole person who could determine who could come home and who had to stay outside and suffer. But Anand Ramlogan, and only better say that name, Anand Ramlogan, Freedom Law Chambers, based on the judgment handed down yesterday in the case of Rihanna Lorick and Josan Pantin, that poor lady that we empathize with and sympathize with, versus the PNM Attorney General, versus Faris Arawi, versus Lymore, versus Rowley, versus Smallpin, versus Convan Geldial Singh. This is what Anand Ramlogan had to say in summarizing the judgment.
Yeah, folks, we played it for you. We played it for you. But that is another summary by the Douglas, yeah, and Roberts. Tommy, you know, you were part of that fight here for us,
Absolutely.
talking about
Absolutely.
stranded and exiled citizens.
That's when I came on board.
Yep, yep. And they used to call us all kind of names. All kind of names, Tommy. We don't live there, right? What we talking about? You know, we don't know how people bringing back the COVID-19 to Trinidad, and we don't really care, and all kind of thing, Tommy.
Trust this science.
Trust the science, yeah. But Tommy, what did I say about justice? Justice denied is justice what?
Justice delayed is justice denied, but this time that wasn't true.
Right. That wasn't true this time. Yeah. Finally, right? But Tommy, you know it's strange, boy, that in light of so many positive things happening in the country, most of the times you read things about the PNM today is something negative. We have the people in opposition leader, right? We actually telling people she going to meetings in the UN, and it was untrue, right? We have the CPEP URP situation, and Miss Santa Cruz just sent me something. Only remember back in, this was 10/19/2023, an article in the Guardian. Rowley asked Trudeau for help with crime. Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley has asked Canada to help CARICOM and Trinidad and Tobago combat crime with a focus on eradicating the illegal firearms and ammunition trade and bolstering security across the region. Yeah? Right, Tommy? And them saying Kamala Prasad business are going to beg. They forget that? Thank you, Miss Santa Cruz. Or they remember that? Eh?
What is that?
Say that, Tommy?
What does that amount to?
But they just don't remember. You know, there's something having selective memory. Yeah, the PNM have selective memory. Yeah. But he could ask. He could go and ask. And that's okay. But if the Prime Minister goes and actually get things done, Tommy, she ain't go to beg. Right? She ain't go to beg. I wonder if former Prime Minister Rowley ever met. I'm asking the question, folks. Did former Prime Minister Rowley ever met with the Secretary of State? I don't remember. I'm asking because I'm not sure. But Tommy, you know, listening to that woman, boy, that brought emotions back to me, boy. That was still a lot of emotions, boy. But folks,
Hold on, Wall Street.
Yeah, you got a call?
No, I have to take care of something very urgently.
All right, no problem. But folks, I don't know if you all hear about the issue that happened at Mount Hope. I don't know if you all heard about it, right? There was a situation at Mount Hope. Let me see if I could play that for you guys. Yeah, and person is saying that Dr. Gopi Singh came in a very short period and he fixed up a lot of the problems that they had at Mount Hope. Quite a bit of problems. I want you all to take a listen to this. I'm telling you, boy. The UNC fixing things. They're fixing things. Right? The Prime Minister is leading from in front. She's leading from in front. And just imagine, the first trip by the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago, the Honorable Kamala Persad-Bissessar. I think this trip, amongst the 80% of the trips where the former Prime Minister made. Think about it. Because the former Prime Minister went to the UN too, Was this kind of feedback that Prime Minister Kamala Persad-Bissessar get? Positive feedback from the UN. Prime Minister Rowley ever get that? In his visit to the UN? He ever get that? And not only that, but in the visit to the UN, hopping on a train and going to Washington to meet the Secretary of State. Former Prime Minister ever do that? One trip. Look how many things get done. Right? All you PNM people, all you better wake up, All you better wake up, Take a listen.
Yes, good morning, pleasant morning. Out here today down by the sewer plant, which my name is Antonio Pollard, who works down here for the past nearly going into 10 years. Mr. Goopy Singh, thank you for saving Mount Hope. Thank you for the corruption when going on. You clean it up just in a month and some weeks' time. Very good job. That break history.
She didn't.
So Goopy Singh, 9 years. A generator take to go in, and you just come in 3 days and get that done. The accelerator, when it shut down, they're taking weeks to fix it and paying contractors to do nothing. And the money going in whose pocket, I don't know. Mr. Goopy Singh only come one day and get that plan back operating. Brilliant. A savior sent in Mount Hope to clean the place up from the wicked people who was in Building 39 under the old regime. And I'm free to call their name, Mr. Marlon Mason, Mr. Davlin Thomas, and the coup. Oh, you ain't feeling shame? Mr. Goopy Singh come and doing work and cleaning up the place and getting things done. And all the tax-paying money we was wasting in gardens and plenty other different things where you'll be coming at you with a whip to hear you know. It better for you over time now and certain things will go on the correct way. They now clean up ghosts with URP and CPEP. Goopy Singh cleaning up the ghosts what was going on in Mount Hope, destroying the 3 studios which should be in Building 39. As I say, you're afraid and feeling sick on the media. They Pollard, I just strong you and say, you try to destroy me and can't destroy me. And do my all kind of thing, victimize me, call my name and all kind of thing just because is this. It's in my car, you can't take it out. Yeah, come and harass me now. It have a savior come from upon the Almighty Son, Mr. Goopy Singh. You come. You get your borders in order. If you want to keep a position job, all that big job, they're paying you to do and you ain't doing it. Where the money going? Taxpayers' money. You playing or you wicked? It's Pollard in or you bomboclat. Sorry to say that in that way. But Goopy Singh, saving Mount Hope Hospital and come and saving plenty things used to be going on. Man, getting work done in just daytime. In a daytime, when the old regime used to take months and hire contractors, like as they get the contractor the money, they pass through and hand them back a portion. Lavalin, how you feeling? Marlon Mason, how you feeling? The crew, how you feeling? They Pollard. I tell you, you're coming back with the rising sun nice, and I ain't just join them. I deal with them years. You, Mr. Marlon, who want to put on a yellow jersey just recently and feel like everything is a red jacket, black jacket, I don't know what to call you. They know you're no good. You ain't feel shame? How? Mr. Guppy Singh come and put up a transformer just in 2 to 3 days and was run by the acting coup, Mrs. Kim. We ain't feel shame for that lady to come down here too and get things transformed in a nice way. Oh, you're wicked. Oh, you're red. Oh, you can't fight on my yellow people and them, boy. Yeah. I'm telling you. This is not all. We have more coming. Mr. Guppy Singh. Whip them with the whip. Whip them all. Everybody who deserve it. Whip them and don't be afraid. You're doing a good work. The place will run. Just now we done here. You're going and get pumps for the sewer plan. I know you will get it done fast. Well, Lyndon went on over the weekend. Thanks to the well. Very good job. Yeah. Things happening. Yeah. Well, outside people and them do the right thing. And here the corruption under the 9 to 10 years what they've been doing in the hospital. The hospital had a ghost.
Folks, sorry about that. Sorry about that. Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah? All right. Thank you. Thank you. Audio now. Audio now. I know the audio back now. So, yeah, thanks. Thank you, folks. So, folks, we talked about when the Prime Minister talked about the iguana tail, right? Thanks a lot. Yeah. Thank you. We talked about the iguana tail, right? Or remember that? Right? Listen to this. This is back 4 years ago.
Not jump the line. This from Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley in response to comments from members of the public on the heels of the return of his daughter to Trinidad after she was stranded in New York because of this country's COVID-19 border closure. Dr. Rowley addressed the matter during a press conference at the Diplomatic Center on Wednesday. He said he spent months worried about his daughter's safety while she was abroad.
I'm a father of a daughter who lives in New York, in the middle of New York, when New York was the center of the worst of COVID. And I live with that every night, every day as I manage Trinidad and Tobago's affairs. And It's not a talk, it's a feeling. And I'm insulted at this stage for some nameless, faceless social media creature to be causing you to be talking to me about my daughter getting to the head of the line.
The Prime Minister added his daughter waited like everyone else on her turn to come home.
No, it was.
He lie. Another lie. He lie. Waited her turn to come home. Waited her turn. Yeah, Anthony. Waited her turn to come home. She ain't wait no turn. How come the poor 61-year-old lady had to cry on social media? Cry. Eh? Why she didn't get to come home before your daughter? Eh? Eh? Why? Why not? Look. I don't know who them trying to fool. I don't know who you trying to fool. But let me continue to listen to him.
The Prime Minister added his daughter waited.
No favors, didn't jump any queue, desperately wanted to come home to her family during the year and had to stay right there. And I watched the numbers. And she's in New York, taking the train, taking the Uber, mixing with people in the hospitals. And I'm saying, there, but for the grace of God, go I. And she has come home to this country among the last.
Yeah, he lied. She was among the last. She among the last. Please. Capitan said, Warshid, I was stranded for 18 months. Yeah? 18 months. Man was stranded. And it so happened, she wanted to come back home for Christmas. And she get to come back home. Or do you think that's a coincidence? Eh? Them really think people foolish and truth, you know. Them really think foolish and truth. But the woman, the 61-year-old woman, had to cry, all kind of pain. I remember, you know. I remember we had a lot of people, right? You had to call up Stuart Young. You had to send Stuart Young a letter, and Stuart Young go decide who comes and who doesn't come. And now we know. Well, we already know. We knew back then. Them guys was picking their own people and selecting who could come and who couldn't come. And most of the time, it's poor, disadvantaged people who was getting left back. And they did not care. They did not care. And they still don't care. They're acting like if they care now because they're out of office. And folks, let me be honest, eh? Let's be honest. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. The best thing for the PNM is for the PNM to be in opposition. Nyan Gatsby Dolly talking almost every day now. Marvelous Marva talking every day. Penny Week Becker's talking every day. Right? Even Kareem does talk now. Right? And plenty of them coming out of the woodworks and talking. You know, for 9.5 years, we didn't hear from some of them. What did we hear from Penelope Beckers, Penny Week Beckers, the 9.5 years, when she was Minister of Housing and then the demote to Minister of Planning? What did we hear from her? What did we hear from her? All in a sudden, boy, she finds she voice, and she boisterous now, boy, very boisterous. Yeah? But Capitan, you have to be part of that class action suit. You should start that, Capitan. Come on, man. You know about that, Capitan. Get involved in that, man. I talked about that earlier. Semantic 62 says the PNM supporters believed him. They believed him. All of a sudden, Christmas come, your daughter want to come home, and she get to go home. And there was no privilege involved. Boy, them just real thing people, anyhow, they really feel people really stupid and truth, you know. Capitan, you want that check? Call up Anan Ram Logan Capitan. You go get your check. But Capitan, I think it's better if you go single, because when you go to that class action suit, there'll be so much people that you might get a little small change. And Caribbean Soul, you are correct. All of a sudden, PNM have solutions to the problems now. For 9.5 years, the PNM didn't have no solutions, you know. As a matter of fact, we have said over and over and over, PNM Red Fox, you are here. Give us one innovative idea that the PNM brought to the people of Trinidad and Tobago in the 9.5 years they were in power. One. Give me one PNM Red Fox. If you can't get it, call up PNM Party and call up Gordon Drygen Joseph. They might be able to help you. Yeah? And also don't forget, George Ramdeen, Rowley had the record for getting COVID the most. How much time he get COVID? Anthony says, Wall Street, thank God for the UNC. All of them can talk now. Correct. We go keep them in opposition. We will keep them because they found their voice in opposition. Patricia Pancho says, Rowley is the king of lies. PNM supporters believe because they brainwash. They not only just brainwash Patricia, they are miseducated as well. Trini Chady says, they're talking because of the 1% media, who is the heart of the corrupt PNM. PNM Red Fox, what it is I am misleading the people about. Explain yourself, please. Now, Capitan, call Capitan. You was out there for 18 months. Don't wait till you go to Trinidad. Call now. Yeah? Call. Be proactive. Don't wait. Because we know you were stranded too. You know, but you were kind of good though, Capitan. You were okay. you were good. Yeah. The wicked, evil PNM. That's what they did to poor people. Many countries had reopened their borders, and the Trinidad and Tobago borders were still closed because of the wicked, evil PNM. You know, it's funny, eh? When people used to hear they say the PNM were wicked and evil, people used to say, oh, them Professor Ward, she can tell me hate the PNM. They hate the PNM. We don't hate the PNM. We always said we never hate we hate the PNM policies. And the policies wasn't the right policies for the people of Trinidad and Tobago. That's why on April 28th, we send them packing, right? Never to see them in the corridors of power again in Trinidad and Tobago. Yeah? Let them sit down there for 50 years. As a matter of fact, 100 years. 100 years. Let them sit down there for 10 decades. Yeah? Anthony Ford said, Professor Penny has been in a political coma for 9 years. You're being generous. More than 9 years. Caribbean Soul say Capitan was stranded between Trinidad and Tobago. Oh God. Rajesh says the PNM government implement pick 50 pounds of African stills in a bucket and you will receive $5. Oh God. You had an election for that period. It did. Anthony Ford said even the PNM Red Fox get a voice under the UNC. Yeah, you have a voice. Yeah. Capitan said, laugh out loud. I was in my mother's basement for 18 months in Elmont, Long Island. I know Elmont, Long Island, and my uncle used to live there. Thank you. Richard Gomes, welcome. If you have a clueless driver at the wheels, how do you expect them to have ideas? The little bit of sense the man had fall off with his hair. I see Caribbean Fox give you the one innovative idea, you know. But anyway, folks, put your closing comments in the chat. Put your closing voice notes in the chat. Your closing notes, your closing quotes in the chat, or send your closing voice notes. Semantic 62 says, maybe that's why he didn't allow the people to come to vote. Why he didn't allow them to come to vote? Yeah, because he wanted to hold back votes from the UNC. Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, KFC. KFC.
Hello?
You there? You inside?
Yeah, good day, Mr. Washington and Uncle Tommy. We Tommy drop off the radar?
Nah,
internet gone bad?
Yeah, internet game problem.
But Mr. Washington,
yeah,
we really see we hate the PNM, you know. We just don't like the policies because we watch it for the 40-something years and see how they like to food poor black people in the East-West corridor.
Yeah.
They doesn't try to develop the community and thinking, well, Mr. Washington, look at him. I live in that PNM strong with the consent voting the PNM. Right now, you know, I fully UNC because I voted in a UNC strong now.
Yeah.
You see election, the PNM down in the back here, when they put a finger, there were proper roads, widening the river, pavement and box drain. In the back here are flooding. Widening the river, casting the river and flooding, holding up and people can tribute and pass and thinking that's what people vote for. People vote for betterment and schools and community centers in the community. PNM is going to promise poor people in East West corridor and boy, greatest the PNM. That's what it was in the Star Wars. Greatest the PNM. That's why I rejoice, you know. Look, we don't care watch Lavanti, Mr. Washington. We're supposed to be in up to the time because PNM strong. What are talking about to the Mr. Washington?
Correct. Yeah.
Look at the building you are fighting for. As a black boy, I flip the youth of them in the East corridor. They give you that building. There are that mansion, that building, and that whole shit looking like the lavas. Duncan shit, nursing shit, a set of rubbish and homelessness going on there. And the mayor port has been no balling, but he have no money. He want to buy garbage truck and all them kind of thing. Is there something wrong with PNM? But they're good in opposition, and Mr. Washington, they say, well, just care for poor people.
Yeah, they're good in opposition. Let them
yeah, we tell them, don't get fool of them, you know. The evil and wicked, they just want to lift finger for the 1% on them. For Christian Motor and them, you see them open a business all over the place. I will really call them and tell them, help out the black brothers and sisters down on the breakfast shed. And pay the government the money.
Correct.
Bless.
Yeah, you know, I know the government go paint them buildings up in Chumaka, Clavanto. Because the thing about it is that, you know what kind of sad boy, to be honest with you? Now, I haven't lived in Chumaka, Clavanto for 40-something years. And I don't understand, COP, hold on. I don't understand how come the people up there don't fight to get the building painted, you know, boy? The building haven't painted in years. All them years, the PNM in power, and then people in fight to get a building painted, boy. I started to think, you know. Go ahead, COP.
None of them HGC development building and to a paint over. In 1967, when Eric Williams built HGC houses and them, up to now the house and them are painted in them PNM stronghold areas. Up to now, them house and them are painted. People live in them houses and them for 50 years and they didn't even paint over the house and them. And HGC even taking the responsibility to paint over the house and them. That's the kind of disaster PNM created in Flicker upon the black communities in the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. But you know what I can understand with this pandemic fiasco?
Yeah.
Why is Keith Rowley and Faris Alwari and Stuart Young and them use the powers to victimize and violate people's rights whilst them had a constitutional responsibility to secure them people and them, secure the safety and the rights to come home, they use the power to violate those people them rights. And none of them going to be charged. None of them going to be charged
You're right
for that.
You're right. Them get away scotch free. The court
In any country,
but them get away.
In any country in the world, even the country where you live in, if the law violate the citizens' right, they will be held accountable.
Correct is right.
Even though a policeman asks somebody to see somebody pack up in the car and ask them the name, and they tell them the name, the police can't get that from them. If the police do search them, they violate the rights, and that police will be held accountable.
Correct.
Not in Trinidad. Not in Trinidad. People die, and they're not going to be held accountable. Whilst citizens in the PNM areas in Port of Spain was getting put out of the home, they can't pay their rent for COVID, and was sleeping all about in the promenade. The most amount of street dwellers you get in the city of Port of Spain was people who get put out for COVID times and things. Terrence Dial thing, see the people and them had nowhere to go, and they didn't have even a mask, and he had 2-3 teardrops. He got in Parliament, and he said tears run out of his eye to see people in the promenade so without mask. He didn't find a secure place for them. They didn't find a secure place for them and said, no, all you can't be in the promenade without mask and thing. Come on, let me secure a place for all over here and give them mask. They didn't do that. Tears run out the eyes to see poor black people and had no way to sleep. That is why tears run out the eye. He didn't secure them. They didn't secure them. They didn't assist them in time of need. He got all in Parliament and said tears run out the eye because black people wasn't wearing masks and they was laughing and all kind of thing. That and none of them going to be held accountable.
None of them. None of them.
None of them going to be held accountable. And the ringleader Keith Rowley still run away, abandon the country, and take $1 million somewhere every year. And he said that's how they save life. They never save no life. They destroy people's life in the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago and get away scotch-free. Scotch-free. I beg in the UNC government to take away that diplomatic passport. Take away that diplomatic passport from that man they call Keith Rowley. Why should we have to pay for that after they brutalize us, victimize us, and deny us our rights?
And abuse
us.
Yes.
Yes. Deny us our rights. Then we had to now go and pay for you to have a diplomatic passport, for you, a wife and a children to go all over the world and live a luxury life. That's what we had to pay for. Keith Rowley. He's a wicked man. I hate the PNM. I hate the PNM for how they treat the black community in Trinidad and Tobago. That's why I hate them.
You hear their policies. You hear their policies. Yeah.
No, the policies was good to the East Indian community, to the Syrian community and the Chinese community. Their policy was good to the East Indian community for all the years, and the Chinese community and the Syrian community. It was dangerous to the black community in them view. That is why the black community like that today. Who's ashamed to say it? I going to say it. I hate the PNM for how they treat the black community. 70 years under the PNM, and every black community you go into Trinidad and Tobago need assistance. Urgent assistance. Thank you.
Yeah. You know, I'll just say something there. I agree with COP there, you know. COP, I agree with you there, you know. They hate the black community. Yeah. I could agree with that. They hate the black community. You're absolutely correct. Yeah. You're correct. Folks, we're going to take that break. Don't forget, send your closing quotes and your closing message And if you have a voice note, send your closing voice note. Stick and stay. It's In the Village with Uncle Tommy, Professor Walsheet, and you on WZYE 95.9 FM. Don't forget, we come to you every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. That's Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. Just tonight, you can reach us here at 973-868-1444. That's 973-868-1444. We're going to take that short break and we'll be right back.
You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio, WZYE 95.9 FM.
Welcome to WZYE TV 95.9 FM. We come to you every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. And on Sunday from 1 to 4 p.m. on Let's Talk Politics. Like, share and subscribe to keep up to date with reality affecting your life. And as we always say, we bring the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
You're tuned to WZYE, the heartbeat of unfiltered truth. We're more than a station, we're a movement, grounded in facts, driven by integrity, committed to progress. We don't chase headlines, we create them. Decoding politics and current affairs to question power, not cozy up to it. From Laventille to Scarborough, whether you're in your living room or your commute, this is where perspectives collide, divides dissolve, and tomorrow's conversations start today. WZYE. We originate, not imitate.
Fire! 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 Fire!
We are back with you. It's In the Village with Uncle Tommy, Professor Walsheet, and you on WZYE 95.9 FM. We come to you every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. That's every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. And folks, whenever you join us, don't forget, do your WZYE civic duty. Share the live, WZYE 95.9 FM on Facebook. Subscribe. WZYE TV on YouTube. And you can reach us here at 973-868-1444. That's 973-868-1444. Capitan says, the black community voted for the PNM. Nobody forced them COP. It is a national choice. Capitan, I understand Capitan, so, you had to leave Capitan alone. Yeah, Judy Ali said, I agree with COP. I hate the PNM from birth till now. Capitan said, I didn't get my rental grant for allowing all tenants to live rent-free for 18 months. What? George Ramdeen said, justice for Akil Chambers and the divers who were left to die in the pipe. Yeah, KFC.
Yeah, Mr. Walsheet.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. You know it's the PNM who encourage that Down syndrome thing, because when they get a house from the PNM, when they say the PNM get my house, and they don't want to pay. You remember in Duncan Street and Next and all them places, there's $100 a month, and people who are looking at $30,000, $40,000, $60,000,
Correct is right.
I live on Duncan because my mother get an apartment down there when bars opened. They was in power 95. And my mother had moved out and get an apartment, Puan, and we was looking down there, Mr. Walsheet. My mother, she lived out there for 10 years. And she never owned rent, and she never really lucky place. I never owned no agency renting down there, because when I say $100, if I get money, I go and get up $800. So I go for this. So anytime I go by agency and launch a company, so fast they still come and fix my flooring and fix my doors and things, because I pay my rent. That was going on with the plan in the breakfast shed. The pay they give my boots, so I don't pay for it. The one tell me that they KFC, the PNM get your house, and you was costing the PNM. I said the PNM never give me no house, Because I pay for it, Mr. Walsheet. If I pay for it, I never pay like the boot,
Correct is right.
Don't move it on it. So I doesn't want to get the idea PNM gay house and UNC gay house, the government don't give you nothing. Because you have to pay for it. They will only get short term. That way you get each other give man give for life. I mean, stop it and we take away that gift from him. That when I get something. So Mr. Watch, have a blessed night and to see me again. Bless.
All right, folks. So here's my closing comment. It was a pleasure tonight, and Tommy will join us again on Thursday. You know, once he straighten up the internet now. You know, the internet does always give little problems here and there. Right? So here's my closing quote.
God has already opened a door for you, and no one can shut it. It's not envy that will shut it. It's not persecution that will block it. It's not people's opinion that will decide it. When God opens, no one can close. This door is for provision, for answers, for healing, for victory. And it doesn't depend on human strength, but on His faithfulness. Maybe you cried before closed doors, doors that seemed to lock your dreams, doors that left you standing still on the path. But every closed door was only a detour, God's way of guiding you to the right door. An open door is like a road cleared after so many barriers. It's like a bridge after so many walls. It's like light flooding in when a window is thrown wide open. When God opens, no wind can push it back. No hand can lock it. No force can stop it. So walk by faith. The door is already before you, and the future God prepared cannot be shut. Declare.
From where I sit, this is it. The clock on the wall said that's all I like to say, but I've got to go. Remember, hard work beats talent when talent does not work hard. And for every 60 seconds of anger, you lose 1 minute of happiness. Remember, your circumstances may determine who you are, but you are responsible for who you become. So let me see any closing comments here on WhatsApp. Let me see. I think I saw two. Patricia said, to be happy, you must let go of what's gone, be grateful of what remains, and look forward to what is coming next. This is a message for the PNM followers. Have a safe and blessed night, Professor Warshik and Uncle Tommy, and all in the chat. Thank you, Patricia. Donna Alexander says, God bless night to Professor Warshik and Uncle Tommy and all fans and viewers. Don't change so people will like you. Be yourself, and the right people will love the real you. Thank you, Donna. That is all right. That is it for the chat. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this PNM Fox, right? I'll put it up. Closing comment. Dragon gas back from the dead. Kamala Prasad Processor SC says government will not pursue the previous government dragon deal with Venezuela. So they're not pursuing the previous deal. What? Anyway, all right. Ooh, wosa. Thank you, Judy. Thank you. Yeah. Batman says soul now locked on, just finished working. Yeah, man, Batman. You know you're always welcome. It doesn't matter what time. And let me go to the closing quote. Patricia Pancho says, everyone have a blessed night. Lenora Kamabat says, great program. Didn't join the chat. Doing lots until Thursday. Please, the master, my village people, and Professor Warshik and Uncle Tommy. Our next debate is Thursday. Bless up everybody. Thank you, Lenora. Willie P says, PNM never do anything planning. My God, what were they thinking? Were young people living elderly? PNM go and put house next to a landfill, smoke, dust all night, all day, and say things PNM. There we go. Thank you, Willie P. Semantic 62 says, what you have to do tomorrow, do it today. And what you have to do today, do it now. There you go. Correct is right. Caribbean Soul says, do today what others want, so tomorrow you can't do what others can't. Yeah. Trini JD says, great program. Continue with the great work, Wall Street. May the Almighty blessings be with you all. Have a blessed night, everyone. Thank you. Cool Runner says, let us be grateful to people who make us happy. They are the charming gardeners who make our soul blossom. Thank you. Bennett Thomas says, interesting program, Professor. Back in the village on Thursday. Good night. Thank you, Bennett. Anthony Ford says, good night, everyone. Have a blessed night till Thursday, people. Miss Santa Cruz, closing comment. No one is going to stand up at your funeral and say, she had the best shoe and handbag and a really gorgeous kitchen. Don't make life about stuff. Correct is right? 100%, Miss Santa Cruz. 100%. Let me see if there's any more comment here. Thank you, Julie. Thank you, Judy. Judy Ali say your program was very informative. It's very informative. Thank you very much. Go ahead, KFC. You have 30 seconds. Go ahead.
Yeah, Mr. Oshit. Must say, Diwali, must say, Shuk Diwali to the Hindu community.
Yeah.
But Mr. Oshit, I was talking about my MP. I see the parachute. And why I say the video, the parachute, the lights up thing, and because the parachute, the community, the place look at nice, because you know Diwali coming up.
Yeah.
So I see the MP there tonight. She on the ground right now and greeting the people in the community.
Good man.
So Mr. Worship, until Tuesday, meet again.
Bless.
Bless.
Yeah, man. Later.
Bye bye, Rowley, bye bye. Bye bye, Rowley, bye bye. We're not voting for you. We tired of the bloodshed, tired of the taxes, tired of the potholes and all the excuses. Tired of no water, tired of stretching at the law, tired of the high grocery bills. No left foot, right foot, again. No more struggle, no more strain, no more pain. We want to see we way, we want a brighter day. No more rolling again. Bye bye, Rowley, bye bye. Bye bye, Rowley, bye bye. We're not voting for you. We're tired of the bloodshed, tired of the taxes, tired of the potholes and all the excuses. Tired of no water, tired of stretching a dollar, tired of the high grocery bills. No left foot, right foot, again. No more struggle, no more strain, no more pain. We want to see we way, we want a brighter day. No more rolling again. Bye bye, Rowley, bye bye.